Yeah. Well, so yeah, Doc, about our plans here. Do you really think it's a good idea to get to know what we actually did in our past?
What sort of question is that? Of course I do.
Well, you know, your your personality seems to be pretty into genetic stuff and experiments, and well, mine, I'm actually quite good at weapon with guns, it seems like. So if I look at our crime registers, it's we might have done horrible things, and I'm not sure I want to know that.
And why not?
Well, if we become aware of that, it it will be a burden, and also there's also that point that if we would know it for sure that we did it, I feel like we would deserve a punishment, like more than if we would keep it unknown for ourselves.
Let me turn that question on you, Aiton, too. You've seen our criminal records.
Yeah.
We're already aware. You're already aware that you have, at least allegedly, committed these crimes, aren't you?
As long as I can't remember it myself, there's still that hope that it was some kind of fraud.
There's also still that doubt. There's still that recognition that you are responsible for those things. And if you don't look into it, you'll never know why.
Yeah, but for me personally, it feels like I'm more comfortable to live with that doubt rather than the sure answer.
I'm not. I'm not, Walter. I'd like to know what I was doing. I'd like to know why.
Especially in your case. Imagine that you find out that you've done horrible experiments on human beings, children, or whatsoever. Could you live on with that knowledge?
If I knew why, I believe I could.
Well, although your personality was erased, I mean, your memories, your personality kind of stays the same, so it's quite obvious that you're interested in that scientific stuff and so on. So you already have your answer for that question. Why do you need your memories for that then?
Because if I am who I was then I have an obligation to continue my work.
So you would keep going with the crimes if you would know about them?
If I believed it necessary, of course. If I believe that what I was doing back then is of benefit to humanity and to what humanity could be, then not only would I continue, I would be morally obligated to continue.
Well, you have at least that kind of hope in your argumentation, but in mine, where
In
I operate
yours,
with weapons, I have no such hope for myself that my actions killing people might have been for a higher good.
and how can you know that it wasn't if you don't look?
Well, as I've said, I feel like I would prefer to live with the doubt about that rather than the sure knowledge.
Walter, you mentioned that my personality may have carried over. That some part of me remains the same as it may have been before.
Alright.
If that's true in your case, are you not the least bit curious about what you were doing that someone like you believed those actions were necessary if they happened at all?
Well, maybe because of certain events, I've actually lost the path of my true self. Maybe I was, by the flow of events, forced into that life that lead me to do horrible things.
And
And by gaining these memories back, I might fall back into the same patterns that I actually would prefer not to live on.
uh and what what do you
I'm
Walter,
sorry, I didn't hear if you said anything.
you are a very strange man, Walter. Do you really believe that if you
Just a second, am I the only one who's not hearing anything right now?
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing everyone fine.
yeah, I'm hearing
Oh, okay, it's my connection.
hello?
Yes.
Okay, am I better now?
I don't know.
You were fine when you were speaking.
Okay, I didn't hear any one of you, so, but now I do again.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think I've had that issue before, actually. Walter, it boggles the mind that you're not the least bit curious about what you did, about why.
Well, you
And Walter,
know, the thing is, you're talking about your wish to know why you probably did or may have done horrible things, and don't don't you fear that by getting that knowledge, you might then again believe that it's for the better cause, but in the end, that are still horrible things. So
if I
yes,
disagree,
we would
if I,
get that knowledge, but maybe it's better not to have it.
it's always better to have it. We're we're responsible for it anyway. Much as some of us may try to hide behind the shield of amnesia, whatever actions we participated in the past are actions we committed. We're responsible for them. And if they were necessary, we're responsible for seeing them through. You can't hide from this, Walter. You can only face it. Or you can run. That's not a choice I'm interested in making for you. It's one you'll have to make on your own. But I'm going to find out what I did. I'm going to find out why. And potentially, I will continue.
Well, I hope that you don't lose yourself on that road.
Oh, Walter. We're already going down this road. At least in my case, there's no turning back. I'm not interested in that.
Well, I have to admit the only reason I wanted to get down here was to recover especially one memory in case it's possible. I found a picture in my room and I feel like I have to apologize to that person or yeah.
For what?
And I'm not sure. I want to find out, but yeah, I'd like to at least know her, talk to her, and yeah, that's the only thing I'd like to have back in my memories. because I can't explain it. It's just a feeling.
All right. 255 will just shrug at that, take a sip of his wine. Well, I suppose whatever drives you drives you. It's none of my business. Regardless, do you know if... No, looks like 104 will be in her bath a while longer. Did the doctors say when Miss LaRue would be finished with her hospital visit?
Actually, I can't remember. I think it was quite fast, and I was also in an emotional state when leaving, so I've missed that.
Really? Well, the medicine should have suppressed at least some of that. No matter.
Well,
You may have to redo it.
Actually, your medicine is pretty good, and that's the reason why I was so emotional. But we've already talked about that, so.
Oh well. Let me see. There's a call button for the guides, isn't there, Dexter?
There is.
Okay, can I just hit that? Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to know when our companion would be well enough to join us, would you?
Your guide comes in and listens and says, I can certainly check for you.
That would be wonderful, thank you.
Yes, I'll be right back. And he takes a step outside so that he's not disturbing you as he calls in and checks on that.
Well, Doc, besides of the details of what we want to recover, how are we planning to actually do that?
Well, that's an excellent question. I'm not sure how well this would work, but if we can get in contact with the Sioux somehow, perhaps using, well, whatever abilities our dear captain has, perhaps using whatever techniques Mr. Ray possesses, if he possesses any at all. Perhaps they can use their not inconsiderable psionic abilities to unlock some of our locked memories. If not, we'll have to move on. There are other avenues we could probably approach.
So we have to find that one guy for now. That's our main objective, right?
For the time being, at least until the next... Well, the next time we'd actually be able to see the Sioux up close.
Pardon, sirs. I have an update for you.
Go on.
Ms. LaRue will be available very shortly. She is just being cleaned up right now.
All right, Jirao very distinctly heard him call her Miss... is this the guy or the girl?
This is Brendan, the guy. I gave them names!
Oh my god, they're actual people.
They're actual people now, yes.
Look, they don't have last names. Let's not get excited.
Okay, that's fair.
So am I able to visit the artist?
Alright, hold on.
There is no artist.
Sure, there is. The one
The
that
first
made
king.
my...
Nope, there's no artist. You are mistaken, sir.
Is there an artist formerly known as the artist?
Yes.
Probably.
Hilarious.
Anyway, I very distinctly just heard him call her Miss LaRue, and yeah, Jirao was a little bit afraid of this. But He doesn't. He does his best not to show it and just nods.
Okay.
All
Is there
right,
anything else that
well,
you will need of me?
Perhaps something, some sort of light snack for when the others get here.
Sure, I'll prepare a tray for you.
Thank you.
We have a profile of Ms. LaRue's sensitivities, and we'll make certain that any further incidents are avoided.
Delightful. That will be all.
Very well. And he steps out.
All right, Walter. Did you ask for a full genetic scan?
I don't know. I've just said, check me completely. Why?
Fuck. They know who you are, Walter.
Ah, damn it. Well, in my defense, I was afraid that you poisoned me. So, and since you're always talking about genetics, I wasn't, and I'm not familiar with that stuff. I did have to find out somehow, and that was the only way.
255 is just slowly resting his face in his palms. I offered to eat one of the pills. They weren't poison.
Well, you know, how should I know whether you designed them that they would only kill me, or poison me, or make me dumb, or...
Walter, I have good news on the last one. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay. I'll just let it slide after that. What happened last time we saw, so I still feel pretty guilty about that. So
great. Well, it's a good thing I have this wine here. It seems I'm going to need it.
Well, as far as we know, although the mining company is owned by the union, but the jurisdiction over here is still their own. So as long as the med bay doesn't have connections to the union, we are still fine.
It's true. I don't know if they have any mandatory extradition laws. Possibly, given the sort of plant this is, it's possible they wouldn't do anything like that to their guests. Still, it's an unnecessary risk.
I agree.
We need to... Go on.
We need immediately to group up again. The other have to know that our risk has raised from 0 to, well, whatever percentage.
Alright. Hopefully the captain finishes her bath soon. Let's see. Sorry, how long did they say it would be before Luru was ready to get here?
She's basically being made ready right now, so it'll take 10 minutes for her to get there. And we'll switch to that scene as soon as you guys are done here.
All right, I'll hit the call button and just say, Brendan, could you bring us like 3 more bottles of wine, please?
Whoa, Doc.
Yes, of course, sir.
I know it's.
No, Walter.
I know
at
it's
least one of those is
everything.
going to be for Zoe. She is definitely going to need it.
Okay, but don't you think that by a higher risk we should actually stay sober? You know, we don't have to raise the risk now by being drunk. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm the one who have to somehow combat probably, but your help without being drunk would be actually a safer way.
I'll pace myself.
With 2 bottles.
With 3 bottles, actually. I already have this one here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then, yeah, 3 bottles. You call that... And you ask me why I don't trust you when you give me some pills, yeah?
I didn't make the pills while drunk.
Well, you are calling it reasonable or at a slow pace, ordering 3 bottles of wine while the risk has risen up, as you've just found out.
Fine. I'll just save them for later. Because I'm almost certain I'm going to need one sometime soon.
Okay, I can live with that. So, we should maybe ask for our Princess LaRue and our Robo friend to come
Yes.
over.
Let me actually switch over to that scene right now.
Stop touching. I can wash myself, you damn assholes.
Apologies, Miss LaRue.
I threw up. I didn't die. Unhand me.
Of course. Of course.
Oh dear.
And
Fine.
the
Jeez, everybody's trying to get their hands on the princess.
Ms. LaRue, there is Dr. Henderson would like to speak with you.
Oh, I'm sure he would. Send him in.
Very well. And the care staff quickly leaves. Dr. Henderson comes in. He is not wearing a white lab coat. He doesn't look like a medical doctor. He sits down.
Yeah, sure, sit. Here I am just putting my pants on. Yeah. Pull up a chair. Enjoy the floor show. God, people these days. No respect.
Would you like me to come back?
No, I mean, you're here now. Spit it out.
Miss LaRue, your father has been very worried about you.
Yeah, well, that's his modus operandi. Am I fine? Do I not look fine? Am I medically healthy?
Why I'm here is to ask what your wishes are during your visit in culture.
I would like to be left alone.
So then, you would not. You would like us to not send a message to Mr. LaRue that everything is fine and you are safe.
No matter what message you sent him, as soon as it had my name in it and the fact that I was here, he would flip shit. Send him nothing, tell him nothing.
Very well. And how are you feeling, Ms. LaRue?
A little aggravated. Just a little. I don't know if you could tell from my vocal patterns. I'm a little pissed off.
Is there anything that I can do to relieve some of this stress?
Just like the biggest bottle of wine. Just the biggest fucking bottle of wine. And show me where my friends are.
Data point indicated
Just,
giving
I
alcohol to
so
a minor
don't want to.
be a
I
bad
don't want to
idea.
be talking to you anymore. Like, please just go away.
A simple bottle of wine and return to your companions. That's all you ask. We're getting
yeah,
a lot
that'll
of
do.
that noise.
That'll
Sorry.
be fine. That'll be fine for now. Just, please, I'm tired of all this medical bullshit. I want to go home. Well, I don't want to be here anymore.
Here's my
Take me to
card.
my room.
Here's my card. If you require anything above and beyond what is already offered by your peerless culture experience, call me, and I will make it happen.
Thank you.
I'll have a
Ooh.
car waiting outside in 2 minutes.
Android, let's bounce. Is the android there?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then yeah, Android, let's bounce.
He stands up and moves and opens the door for her.
I leave.
As
Android
promised,
follows.
there is a car ready for them in actually less than 2 minutes.
Hot diggity damn. Being a princess, get you something.
And one of the waitstaff has approached you with a bottle of wine.
That's sick. I pull that under my arm. Hey, are there going to be glasses in the car? You know what? Don't worry about it. And I just break the top off, and I just.
The android
Wait, you
stops
broke
that
it? Be careful of glass.
before she takes a swig.
No, you can take the top off a bottle of wine with the back of a knife. It's easy, and it's clean. I can bring up multiple YouTube videos if you want.
All right. Well, it sounds like it doesn't really matter, and Zoe does somehow know how to do this. Not sure where she learned that.
Look, you don't learn a few party tricks when you're not a wait. You're not a princess.
Just
if you
let
don't
it
know a
go.
few
Just
party
let it go.
tricks. There we go. I got it. I brought it back around.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. Sounds like Android prevents her from drinking any of the wine.
What?
Yep.
What the? Andy, give me back my bottle of wine.
No.
Andy, this ain't a 3 rules situation. This is I'm gonna break something if you don't give me that bottle of wine.
I will break things for you. When she drops the bottle of wine to the ground.
Oh my god.
Do you feel better now?
No,
Crash.
I feel worse. I will fucking take you apart. I will use your positronic skull as a cup for my next bottle of wine. Ugh!
There are holes in that skull. It would not work.
Oh, I'll plug them. It's easy.
Oh, God.
Just need to find a wrench. Does the car have a tire change kit in it?
Not in the passenger section of it. No, the door is open.
haven't-
You don't see one in there.
No, I talked to the driver. Hey, pop the trunk.
Yes, Miss LaRue. Is there a reason? Is there something else?
Pop
Something I can
the
do for you?
trunk. Pop the trunk.
Yes, sir.
God, do I have to do everything myself?
And the trunk is popped.
I pull open the back. Is there a spare tire kit?
Um, there's no spare tire kit because there's did I have these as hover cars last time, Nick? I want to say I had them as hover cars.
Come on.
There is a repair kit with heavy tools in it, but no tire repair kit.
I pull out the wrench. I get in the car. I'm like, Android, get in here.
Android does.
Is it okay to take you to your hotel now, Miss LaRue?
Yeah. Drive away, sir.
You start driving.
So, Android, and I'm tapping the wrench into my hand as we're having this conversation. I feel like it's time that we had a talk about certain overprotective tendencies that you have.
It is my function to protect the crew. As a minor, alcohol would be bad for you. Especially after a medical emergency.
Android, you don't have to protect me from
Yes.
myself.
My directive is clear.
Your directive can be removed.
By my owner. Yes.
And by others. Am I making myself clear? Through these clenched
don't-
teeth.
No, though the lack of articulation is not a problem to my understanding.
I will. I will leave you behind.
Oh, lovely.
My directive is also to protect the ship. Also, I fly the ship.
I can fly the ship. We don't need you. You're useless. Huh. If you do not make yourself useful by not protecting me from myself, can you really fulfill your directives? Can you fulfill
Yes.
your directives if we leave you behind?
But I am very useful. And you need protection.
You do not. It's the whole reason I maybe left my fucking parents' house. I can take care of myself.
Your report indicates you were kidnapped. This kind
Yeah.
of contradicts your statement.
Well, those reports are probably garbage. Like, they say all kinds of stuff about it.
Yes, they also said you're not a very nice person.
Yeah, that's why I know they're bullshit. I'm very nice.
You are threatening me right now.
Oh, no, I'm promising you right now.
Oh my god. Oh. What a lovely person.
I should tell you though, since you're not my owner, I also have to protect myself.
Uh-huh. 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 And then I sulk for the rest of the trip. I feel like a good sulk is what's called for now.
A non-inebriated sulk.
Yeah,
All right.
I could be a lot nicer, but, somebody took my wine away.
That's actually a good point. The android did have a good point that I'm going to have to remember. Brendan?
Yes, sir.
I just remembered that one of our companions is underage, so I would like some sparkling grape juice instead of the wine,
Oh
please.
Bleh, bleh.
Of course, I'll get that reordered immediately.
I'm
Once,
Thank
70. I'm overage in many countries.
once the
The people
sparkling,
players of this game are.
once the sparkling grape juice arrives, the order is full or is fulfilled.
Thank you.
Do you want me to bring it in ahead of your companion, or at the same time, or after?
Oh, probably at the same time.
Very well. All right. Android and 291 arrive at the hotel. I lacked in description last time. It's a flaw I find myself as a GM. I just don't visualize and
see-
describe it as much.
You
Well,
see it
you
in your
also
mind,
didn't-
and then you don't tell us about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Sometimes I don't really actually see much in my mind either. It's pretty blank in there.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
You are led or driven past a very nice fountain, very extravagant, in this horseshoe-shaped hotel. See, I'm faltering.
I'm sorry, did you say horseshoe-shaped or horse-shaped?
I said horseshoe-shaped.
Okay.
Well, it might have been what he said.
Yeah, it might be what I said. And escorted up to the top level your suite is at. Inside is arches and columns of a soft bluish metal, or at least a metallic paint, in faintly sparkling or shimmering hues. It is very large. You've got, as you go into the entry room, there are a semicircle of steps arrayed before you, going up to a higher platform, or higher floor. Not really, it's like 2 steps. windows out across the nicer areas of this touristy city. You can see all the various shops down below and farther away down below. And just massive suites available to your group. I used to be good at that. I'll get better. I will reclaim my 19-year-old glory days. Zoe and Android arrive.
I back. I stomp up to the person. Hey, which one's my room?
You'll need to ask Brendan that. I believe he is assisting your companions inside.
I go in.
Okay. And followed shortly after is Brendan with foods and bottles that look like they could be wine. They're shaped the same. This is, 291 recognizes that those are not wine.
I can read a label. Thank you, Dex.
She doesn't even need to read the label to recognize there is no alcohol in those.
Hey guys, the jig's up. They know who I am.
Yes, I figured that. I figured as much.
They know who Dovra is as well. In fact, they offered assistance in case she acquired it.
Okay, ignoring the Dora thing, what sort of assistance?
A message to her father, or any other assistance she might require.
Well,
yes, Brendan, hand her her sparkling grape juice.
Brandon, do not, unless you want to lose that hand.
Just set it on the table.
Yes, sir. He arranges a table for you guys with the food offerings. There's everything from very light snacks to actual what you could make a meal out of. It's not intended to be a full meal, but there's certainly enough of it, and it's not just light and fluffy stuff. It's substantial. And leaves the 3 bottles of sparkling sparkling grape cider, along with some cups, and leaves you guys.
Right. I continue drinking my actual bottle of wine.
I do the mental math on how far I could launch one of those bottles, and with what velocity at his head. I'm pretty sure if I shook it first and then put it in some sort of enclosure, I could get, stronger launch velocity, and then obviously to crush his skull, I would need a certain amount of launch. So, hey Doc, how much pressure per square inch does it take to crush a skull? No reason. Asking for a friend.
you have friends?
You'd say it'd be about 15 pounds per square inch. Why?
Okay, so I would only need probably 2 of them, and I would have to get probably a.
Oh,
pretty
wait,
vigorous
no, I
shake.
see what you're doing. No, stop. I have no idea why you want me to kill me now, given I just saved your life from a very severe allergic reaction.
I have had enough overprotective bullshit today.
Is that overprotective? You were going to probably die.
Why is there sparkling grape juice?
Because you're underage and I figured you needed something to drink.
Not on my home planet. I'm 17, right?
All right, hold on. Here's an important question. What's the drinking age on our home planet?
18.
Is it?
Mhm.
Is
Yeah.
it? Is it?
You're 1 year under. You're young. 1 year underage, but I don't really give a shit. And 104 hardly touched her wine, so it's right over there.
Thank you. And I keep an eye on the android. I walk over and I drink some.
The android will stop that.
I will fucking smack this android with this wrench. You stay the fuck away from me.
Right. I pour myself some sparkling grape juice.
There's
Probably
grape
tastes-
juice provided for you.
There are many things provided for me, which I am not currently taking, usage of.
Yes, about that. This person offered you assistance, didn't they? Who did they say they were? Some servant of
Henderson.
your father's? Henderson.
No, Dr. Henderson. Here. And I give him the card.
Interesting. That might be useful. That might be very useful. Let's see. Right. So I assume you understand the situation. They know your name. They know Walter's name, of course.
Well, yeah, I mean, Walter's a great name.
I mean,
Don't think I didn't hear you make that crack about us not being friends, Walter.
What?
Mm. Was at a game? Was that not you, Vision?
I.
I don't
Not
actually
sure.
remember what's being discussed.
It was, but it was in response to Zoe saying her friend, and he said, "You have a friend."
Oh, okay. I thought he was being sarcastic. All right.
It probably was sarcastic, but it was sarcastic in response to her having friends.
Oh dear.
That's how I took it.
Walter, are we not friends?
Sure, but it felt like you are talking about others. That's why I was wondering.
I have many friends. Or I have
Besides
people
of
that want
us,
to.
name me one.
Well, I don't remember them right now. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. In any case, I assume we all understand why we're here.
Yeah, we want to talk to the glowy floating things. Make them, do weird stuff to our heads.
Right. We were hoping that. Now, I've heard some rumors about someone who knows how to get in contact with him, despite no one else having ever been able to do so. And I was planning to go try to meet with him in the some viewing area later on. Beyond that, we were just hoping that we might get lucky and have the captain use her psionic abilities to reach out to the Sioux during one of their dance sessions. But this Dr. Henderson... did he say he would assist us with anything?
Don't be perverted.
No. He's a royal envoy of some sort.
Oh, is that what his card says? I didn't actually read it.
I don't know. What does his actual card say?
Doctor of Psychology, and well, yeah, we'll call it Royal Guest Relations.
Yeah.
Royalty relations.
Some sort. He may have enough sway to get us to talk to them, to get us in contact with him directly. somehow. We could ask him for help. Miss LaRue. Or you could ask him for help, rather.
Yep. I could. I'm probably going to take a nap for the rest of the day because I was just out of the hospital. Yeah, you know? So maybe tomorrow.
You know, I'm not a doctor, but it's not like your life was in danger. You said it by yourself, actually.
Yeah, you should be fine now. Well,
you guys are having this
laziness.
particular point of discussion, well, you would have had to register all of your compads to receive the alerts for the exclusive events. If you chose not to, then you do not receive this alert. But those that did just received an alert that says that the Sioux are forming up, and there's a high probability that we'll be performing within the next half hour.
Well,
Evening.
hold on. Well, our chance may have come sooner than I'd expected. Walter, go get the captain out of the bath. We really need her for this. Fine.
What did I say about being perverted?
What? What?
Do you want me
Fine,
to go and
Android,
get
go get the captain, please.
Very well.
I'm gonna go change.
Captain.
Okay.
I feel like I'd try at one point to get a drink.
Did Android destroy the bottle?
No.
Okay.
Oh, as soon as Android leaves, just one glass right down the hatch.
Wasn't Mono supposed to be here by now?
Wouldn't it be possible to actually that we drink together as friends?
It's friends, yeah, of course.
Yeah, then.
Walter, it was rough in that hospital. Did you have to go in too?
Yeah,
Oof.
I know what you're talking about.
Man, I real doctors, no thank you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Cheers.
Let's stick with the one we got.
He's actually fine.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Yeah, also I didn't believe it at first, but obviously his medicine is top A.
Oh, all right. Cool.
Yes, I wouldn't drink when
bonus.
you're taking. No, I guess it doesn't matter.
Because there are secretly placebo. Are they?
No, they're an actual drug.
Oh, yeah. You definitely should not be drinking. But I am not going to tell you that because I don't give a damn. All right, I'm going to go change. I feel much better now.
So, real quick GM interjection. Yes, Monos did say 1000% would be here. He may have gotten discouraged by what he thought was a time change, so let me post a real quick note on that.
Oh dear.
By the way, could you order a cake? A really big one.
What? No.
A cake! Why?
Look, I'm out
Don't
on
you like
baked. I'm out on
sweets?
baked goods for a while.
I
I do enjoy sweets, but I think there was something in those cookies. And
You
they just look. My stomach is not gonna handle it right now.
you well, it's like I've actually thought about it as a security precaution.
Mhm.
If we order a big cake and they bring it to us, then they would have to cut it with something sharp, and it might be useful to have a weapon
Are we in
that
a
is sharp.
Are we in a suite of rooms?
Yes.
Is there a kitchen?
Um. Yes, there should be.
I walk into the kitchen. I open the drawers. Do I find a cooking knife?
Yeah.
I give him the cooking knife.
But I wanted a cake.
Look, Walter, if you want a cake, order a cake. But you don't have to. You don't have to lie to me.
Yeah, but that wasn't a lie. I also did want to have a knife, but the thing is, if I order it, I get it in 10 to 15 minutes. If you order it, you get it in 2 minutes.
Well, I feel like Brandon's really Lulu or Jai's guy, so I feel like you just got to talk to Jai about it, right?
Well, it's not like I'm a little bit hesitant since they found out I'm a criminal who probably mass murdered a lot of people, so I'm a little bit shy of talking to them. But yeah, I'm a little bit less on the side of talking to anyone since they know my true identity.
Look, if it's only the doctors, like they don't announce you. Like when you come into the room, it's not like you're going to a cotillion.
Ping pong. Welcome, Zolaroo.
Oh god. Look, I still have those calculations. Don't make me get them.
Alright, we are going to move on without Monos though, so let me go over to the Android for a minute. Unless you guys want to take... actually, no, yeah, it's 1 o'clock. If you want to take a break at the normal time that we would have taken a break, or if we'd started at the normal time, we could do that. Otherwise, we'll wait an hour and take it at the midpoint.
Let's just take it at the. Or I'm fine with either, honestly.
I'm fine with either.
Does
So we're
anybody
gonna
have a
play-
preference?
Are we going
No.
to play an hour longer?
If that's okay with everyone, we can.
Then let's
for
do it
me.
at the midpoint.
Okay. You're okay with that also, Nick? I misheard that.
Yep.
Alright, we'll keep it at the midpoint. So, Android goes into the bathing room. It's not just a bathroom, this is a bathing room. The tub is basically a gigantic spa, or hot tub. And it is currently bubbling up, and she is bubbly with wine. Oh, wait. Lulu said that she hardly touched hers. Alright, it's bubbling up, and she looks over at Android.
Maybe she's just very much a lightweight, Dax.
Nah, she's pretty accomplished in the drinking of the wine.
Okay.
Oh yeah, do I have to do a con check? Oh jeez, let me actually.
Well, you only had one class, right?
She was in there with
Yeah.
the other person. Maybe she asked them to bring her another
no,
wine.
I have normal constitution. All right, never mind.
Yeah.
It's strength I don't have a lot of. That's right.
Yes. Now we'll keep it as she's not inebriated.
Okay.
Yeah, she looks over at Android.
Your present is requested.
I was hoping to put off responsibilities a bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
I believe there's a trip involved.
What sort of trip?
I am not entirely sure, but it seems to involve the locals. Bosetio is uniquely suited to talk to them.
Alright. I will begin getting dressed. Find out what it is that we're doing, and what our plan is to do it.
I'm not sure they have a plan, because this has
Thank
never
you.
been done before.
Well, see if they'll make one.
I think the plan is you go there, you talk to them.
I'd like more than that.
I don't think there is anymore. Nobody has ever done this before.
Would you
The reason I
just
need you is-
ask them anyways?
Okay. But they are not psychic.
Go, android.
Well, then we're turned around.
Alright, does android leave?
Oh yeah.
Okay. As android is leaving, she is getting out of the bath and toweling herself off and getting dressed and all that good stuff. Android returns to the present player characters.
The captain would like a plan.
Yeah, join the club.
The plan is to go down to watch them dance, and once they get near enough for her to make mental contact with one or more of the Sioux in an attempt to, well, communicate with them and request their assistance in perhaps using their psionic power to restore some amount of our memory. I don't know enough about Sioux psychology beyond that to really formulate anything, because I can't communicate with them. She potentially can. Maybe.
Well, you might get your memories back.
I didn't actually hear that.
She said, well, you might get your memories back.
Well, potentially.
Are you jealous, Andy?
No, but I would like to recover the lost data.
Well, I'm not sure psionics are really a good method for doing that for you.
It won't. It does not work on me.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. Well, we'll try to find you a good programmer or something.
I don't think you understand. The data is not there.
Okay, we'll try to track it down later. I don't think... Well, we'll try to do this for now, and hopefully it'll unlock something that'll let us figure out how to track down yours. Maybe. Or it might not be necessary. What? I don't really know. My specialization is not in androids, unfortunately.
How do you know your memories are just locked, not gone?
I don't. But this seems like a good enough avenue to approach anyway.
I'm sure the captain will be very pleased to hear that plan.
And as if on cue, Captain comes out, fully dressed and still damp-haired. So, what is our plan?
I repeat everything I just told the android.
I'm sorry, the DM wasn't listening. So, can you say it again in character? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She nods, and that's workable.
All right. Well, again, since no one's done this before, I'm not sure if your mind will explode due to psionic backlash. So, I will be on standby in case you need any medical assistance.
Yes, thank you.
Assuming it'll matter.
Assuming it'll matter. Yuki, call a car for us. And her guide immediately gets on the phone and says a few seconds later, there will be a car down in just under a minute.
Is it the same car that brought me here?
Are you asking in character or out of character?
In character.
Yuki looks over at 291. I'm sorry, I was not. I was occupied when the car that brought you here arrived.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna go out front.
Okay. With 291 leaving, 104. Well, let's follow her. Get going. Y'all pile into a stretchy car.
Is it the same car?
It's not the same car.
Damn it. Are our guides coming with us?
No, 104 releases hers. Brendan asks if he would like him to accompany you.
No, but if you could return this wrench to the car that dropped me off earlier, contact them, let them know that it's here for them.
Oh, yes, it's very thoughtful of you.
Didn't mean to walk off with it, and he's probably going to need it if that hover car ever breaks down.
Of course. And he takes it.
Alright, and then I get in the car.
You're in a hover vehicle, not quite a limousine, but it is, well, more like a hover Escalade.
Okay.
So there's definitely room for all of you, and it's comfortable, and it is a soft ride. Once you're all in, the hover Escalade makes its way over to the bend, or what's called the bend. Let's see. From where you're at, it's pretty much a straight shot to the viewing area.
Hey Dex.
Yeah?
Can you walk me through this map? I don't know if you did it last time.
Yes, I can. So you guys are in this area. Are you able to see my pings? Am I on the right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
The bend is right there. Yep. That's the whole viewing area. It is a very large viewing area. These icons are shopping, eating, cafes, and you can also eat over in these areas, but they're not dining experiences. It's more of a park picnic, sit down at a cafe type experience. It's meant as light refreshments before going to the bend. In fact, I should say your driver asks if you want to go through there and pick something up before getting there.
No, thank you.
Okay.
You sure you look like you could use some coffee?
I'm fine.
And
Well,
then,
I could use some coffee, actually.
we'll
let's
run
swing
through
right.
there real quick.
Okay.
And then this is just this is actually the seedier entertainments area. Things get seedier. They never get full on outwardly.
Oh, well,
Adult-
then what's even the fucking point? What a disappointment this
gonna
entire
say.
planet is.
Let's
What's
just
next?
put it. It's like the kid friendly section of Las Vegas. It's not really kid friendly.
Ew. Do we have to mingle with the proletariat?
You probably can if you want to. I don't even. Yeah,
Ew.
no. Other places. This is the administrative lockdown, or the government lockdown, where you go through processing, and this is where you came in. The green areas are similar, except they're for people that actually live and work here.
Gotcha.
And they're not really accessible without you taking special extra measures to get there. And then this is the government basically operations center. That's where all the county buildings are, and all the administrative stuff is happening.
Gotcha.
The gray lines, by the way, are paths, roads, essentially.
Now, I assume all of them are like either enclosed or just only reachable via enclosed hovercraft due to the entire planet being basically on fire.
Yes, the main transit ways between sections are in fairly large tunnels, but they are still tunnels. And as you're passing into them, you can see that very clearly there are breachheads that, large, massive doors that can slide in from both sides to lock off a section. It's kind of designed like a spaceship.
Okay.
If the reaction is fast enough, a atmospheric breach in one section will not kill the entire planet worth of people.
Gotcha.
And since it's all automated, as you learned if you paid attention to any of the here's how safe you are on SOS kind of material, the reaction is pretty quick. Once there's any kind of breach, everything locks down, and safety measures. There are little escape pod type dealios or bunkers that people can hide out in until rescued. There is a lot of emphasis put on visitor safety. You shush.
Thanks, Android.
The tunnel leading to the bend gets more and more dramatically decorated with motifs of lightning, and alternates between soothing and exciting. By the time you get there, you see that a few cars are in the tunnel with you. And the bend itself is a massive amphitheater, I think is the right word, except the stage is the world outside.
Amphitheater works for that.
Yeah. You arrive at the top of sets of stairs going down, so closer to the planet's surface, and there are shuttered windows ahead of you. You can see that. Well, you can see the shutters. You can't actually see the windows. There's an assumption that there's windows outside them. And a handful of people are milling about, looking at why is there so much activity at this time. There are a couple people like yourselves who look more confident in what they're doing. They're looking around, picking a place to sit, and settling in, maybe calling somebody over. You see a lot more hustle and bustle from service staff, and very attentiveness from the service staff.
Is this amphitheater have chairs?
It does. It's. I picture it like a
movie theater?
Like a movie
But
theater,
bigger?
or more like a SeaWorld seating.
Okay.
They're not uncomfortable, but they're also designed for there being lots and lots of people.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Is it free choice of the place, or are we guided to our...
Both, actually. Brendan says,
Lulu,
Yep.
Yeah.
stop eating whatever you're eating.
I'm sorry.
Lulu, just stop eating.
Okay.
Yeah, starve.
I mean, feel free to just put yourself on push to talk or whatever.
Sorry. I didn't know my mic was picking up that much.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, push to talk. Yeah, push to talk would fix it. You're right.
Yeah. Brendan says that because you have the full cultural or the full peerless culture experience, that there are exclusive seats available to you if you would like to sit in a bit more comfort, or you can choose any of the seats here, and we'll be certain that your snack and beverage needs are met.
Might as well enjoy the
Well, let's
fearless culture.
Captain.
Yes,
How close you got to be?
I simply need to be able to see them.
Okay. Yeah, take us to the box seats. Let's go.
Okay. He takes you through a door that's near to the entrance, near to where you were dropped off by the car. Through a kind of not sparsely decorated, but superficially decorated tunnel. Those of you with good fix can tell that this is a maintenance corridor that's been converted into. Here, let's walk our guests through this, and like plywood put up behind in front of the maintenance walls, and you're escorted to a much smaller room with only 10 seats. Very plush. Looks like some facsimile of leather. Drink holders, reclining, and foot lifting.
Ooh. Fancy.
These are the nice theater seats. And you're not necessarily farther away. In fact, you're actually a little bit lower to the ground.
Okay, cool.
Is there anyone else in here with us?
There is not.
Okay.
There were other passages coming off of the maintenance quarter you came in, so it's likely that there are other seating areas like this.
Okay.
I walk over to the drink section and flip the android a bird as I select the Coke equivalent. Space Coke.
Are you sure that's not kook?
Is it brown and fizzy?
No, it's Coke. I can.
Okay.
And yes, it is brown and fizzy, and it tastes good.
Oh, that's a plus.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to call Bruno and ask him to bring us a copy of the local civil code.
Okay. Brendan is a little bit puzzled by the request, but yes, I can get that. Do you want electronic copy or printed?
I do imagine that the printed version is quite, space-taking.
It's fairly weighty, yes.
Yeah, then the electronic one, please.
Sure. I'll arrange to have that file made accessible to you.
Oh.
Might I ask why, sir? I can answer any questions that you have.
255 is giving him a look, or giving Walter a look.
Well, besides of this incredible, interesting show, I'm also interested in other aspects of your culture and also all sorts of differences there might be also in the laws. So that's why, just curious.
Oh, very well. I'll have that sent to you. Shall I send it to the compad you've registered?
Is there a possibility to get a tablet with that on it?
Yes. Yes.
Oh well, then yeah.
I would have
like
to charge you for the tablet, of course.
I'm sure my friend Miss LaRue will deal with that.
He looks
All right.
over.
255 is giving him a very, very, very displeased look now.
Others have called her Miss LaRue here, just as reference.
Yeah.
And Brendan's heard the name.
Yeah, I feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I don't want to talk as long as Brandon is listening.
Okay. Brendan looks over at 291. Shall I?
Send it to his compad. Just send it to his compad. It's fine.
Okay. Looks back over at 872. If you'd like to
Yes.
purchase a data slab later on, sir, I can certainly make sure that it has the civil code installed on it.
Thank you.
And he leaves the room to make arrangements.
Right.
So, Doc, why that look? What did I wrong again?
Let's limit discussion of with our names involved to as few people as possible. I know this doesn't have any other people around at the moment, but it's still a semi-public space, and I'd rather not anyone over here.
Well, you know, once the spirit is out of the bottle, there's no. I mean, it's already known to next to everyone who's here, so
It's
at
known
least
to the
to the
doctors.
staff.
Yes, to the staff. We don't want any less less professional members of the staff to overhear who might sell you out, and we definitely don't want any of the guests to hear.
Well, a fair point. I'll try to keep that in mind. Maybe I'm a little bit too chilled because of your pills.
I'll consider modifying the dose next time.
I'm sure you'll handle that! And by the way, I've asked for the civil code to look up the what data the staff is allowed to communicate to other communities or agencies, and whether they maybe we also gather information who they work for or what corporations are involved or whatsoever. And I'm quite curious what's criminal activities you could do against the SOS at the show. I mean, there's probably like something not feeding or throwing something into them or whatsoever.
Probably a bit of glass between us and them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to throw something to the Seuss, there are bigger issues.
Well, that's why I want to know. They've probably written down whatever, or maybe it's not allowed to cause by light an epileptic shock to the Zeus or whatsoever.
Here. All right, I'm just going to settle into my seat.
All right. Give me one moment here.
I hope you're not writing the civil code.
No. That's a step too far for me.
Paragraph 1. Oh.
One second. Sorry about this.
Desperately tries to find the music he had picked out for this.
I do imagine that we would have popcorn or chips.
There's better snacks.
Is there?
Yes.
I mean, I feel like this is a philosophical question.
No. Popcorn and chips? Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Caviar.
No. I actually disagree with that one. Yeah, there are problems with caviar.
too salty, too weird.
Too vomitous.
Hmm.
Okay.
So I start eating the sushi.
No, the snacks that are available are of the less time sensitive variety. So there's no fish, there's no non-dried meat, and I would say there isn't even any jerky. You're kind of looking at chips, pastries, fresh cheeses, and the kind of salted cheese meats that you put on crackers. After a few minutes, the shutters in front of you open up, and you can see clearly through a very large set of glass panes. They look very thick as well. And there's outside is the usual fiery hell of Tsos, but there's also a bit of electricity crackling in the distance. If you follow it, there are pulses going one way and then kind of coming back. Looks a little bit like the front of Knight Rider.
Cylon.
The lights in your box seating, is that called? And the lights in your box seating, your exclusive seating, dim. And Brendan comes back at this point and says, "Oh, I will leave you to the performance. I just want to let you know that the file is accessible to you." Hands you a card that has written on it. No, not written. Has a QR code on it. Says, just scan that and you will be taken to the civil code.
Thank you.
All right. So let's see what they've got for us.
Yeah.
The performance of electricity that you're seeing outside the window, it starts off as those just it's fairly subtle. You have to actually be looking at it to notice the going back and forth. After that, it starts to kind of roll over and over towards the towards the viewing. It doesn't get too close before it stops rolling, and you see arcs of electricity, shaped fire, and almost like they're painting pictures with pure energy. By
Do we hear any sound?
You do not hear any sound. And in fact, it seems like there are sound dampening features installed here. It's very silent, very quiet.
So the Tusk could actually try to communicate. Help us, we are hot as slaves. Or... and we don't hear them. Okay.
I believe the typical conversation line here is so long and thanks for all the fish.
Well, there's definitely a performative component to this. The shapes and the electrical crackles are not just random. There's room for interpretation as these energies flow back and forth. And everyone except for the android, go ahead and give me a mental save.
Okay.
Take that, mate bags.
Mental save. There it is.
Wow. Guess a younger mind is more safer.
And let me do one for 104.
Oof. Well, no,
Aren't you glad you didn't have the alcohol?
I bent my head out of shape. That's why I'm still good.
Yeah, 104 was the one who didn't really have much.
I thought that Zoe was blocked at almost every turn. She only got a little bit of drinking done with Walter.
Yep. Just right
Yeah,
up.
when the android left the
Yeah.
room.
Get a glass.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm a small person.
So, for those of you that have failed that save, which is all of you except for Zoe, and Android, of course, there's a sense of a feeling is building up inside this performance, and it's hard to discern if that feeling is your own feeling or if it's being provoked by the beauty of this performance. Now, beauty is a strange word to use for this sense of impotent rage, a sense of revulsion and betrayal. It feels like this everything that you knew and trusted has gone wrong and is just skinning you and leaving your barest essence out for everyone to see. This is self-contained. That impotent rage is not directing at anything in particular. It's very much a seething internal anger at this undescribable wrong. Zoe feels it also. She feels this effect, but it doesn't have the same kind of lasting pull and draw on her. It's like smelling a flower and then walking away, as opposed to the rest of you squirted that flower's fragrance up into your nose.
Just a question. Does the medication that I have currently in my veins somehow affect that feeling? I mean,
It does
That's
not.
actually a
that
good
medication is supposed to keep me calm and collected and so on, and now what you're describing is kind of contra.
No,
the opposite of that?
this is completely ignoring your medication.
Okay. Well, I feel like I have the urgent need to look into the civil code and make sure that I haven't broken any law.
Who were you betrayed by?
I don't know.
What could be so revolting? Why is it so angering?
I guess I'm just gripping the arms of my seat.
As is 104. 104 is shaking, trembling. Knuckles are whitening.
All right. All right.
Why doesn't anyone do anything about it? Huh, huh. Doc, it was you, right? There was something in the pills. They didn't find it.
Shut up, Walter.
No, you won't be the whole time to shut up. There's no reason for that. What is your plan?
Captain.
Are you coming for me?
Do I need to restrain Charlie again?
Immediately.
Well, the android goes and attempts to restrain Charlie.
No, not again. This time I'm actually going to try to prevent that. I'm not sure how successful, but I'll not give up this time.
Okay,
Wrestle.
before we get into that, let me just check. Xander, are you with us?
Xander.
Because I haven't heard
You
you,
know-
and I feel like
you-
you would have said something by now.
Maybe accidentally the mic
There's
muted.
typing.
Is there typing? Which channel? Oh, I see it. We cannot hear you. Try now.
Still can't hear you.
Xander is, and it's not happening.
Maybe your Discord settings got fucked up.
Yeah, Discord tends to switch the in and outputs every now and then.
Oh, yay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna tell you what happened because it makes me look dumb. Hey, how's it going?
Too late.
Great.
Okay.
No, I sat on the button that turns off the mic.
Oh. Great.
I was gonna try and shh. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Vision, but then you guys got into a wrestling match, so
Let's. Vision, would that have calmed down 872?
I would
I would've
certainly focus on Zoe more, and instead of keeping on shouting, and would talk to her
Okay.
about what.
Let's not let a
So-
technical difficulty get in the way of a good RP, so we'll backtrack just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't even know how. It's like on the cable, which is really dumb. I hate when they do this.
Yeah.
So it's down next to my leg when I just have it hanging, and it's
That is
I guess I
really
hit it
low.
somehow.
Unless you're really
Yeah.
short.
No, it's just in a dumb place. Like I don't.
I mean, you could be 2 feet tall, then it would be, the right place.
Well,
We
I-
are you secretly a gnome?
Nope.
Huh. Well, there goes that idea.
Well, I guess. Well, hold on now. They
In all
wouldn't tell
fairness,
us if
that's
they
what
were.
a gnome would say. That's trying.
Yeah.
That's true.
We can never really know.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we can trust us. I've known too many gnomes.
All right, so backtracking to where 872 is starting to freak out, and 291 is trying to comfort him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Walter, it's okay. It's all
What
in,
is okay?
it's all in
I-
your head, buddy. It's remember we're here seeing the psychic
Yes.
people.
Yes.
They're-
What?
they're putting
They're
it-
in my head. What?
Oh
Who's
my
in my head? Oh my god!
Oh, buddy, it'll be okay. Shh, 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 shh. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Put them out of there!
All right,
I feel them crawling
probably
in the.
As 872 is like ranting about this, 255 is basically getting increasingly angry and just sort of shuts his eyes, sort of doing his best to just keep himself from doing anything right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, that's all according to your plan, right? To poison me. There was something that the others didn't found, right?
Look, no, it'll be fine, buddy. It'll be. Shh, 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 shh.
What?
There
What?
was-
Are you involved in that conspiracy?
No,
Are you the
it's-
one who betrayed me?
Oh, buddy, it'll be fine. Like the
What?
doctors
Why
looked
are you keep
over
telling me that it will be fine?
because it will be fine.
What will be fine? My death? Will
No,
it be fine?
what?
Will you eat my flesh?
Nobody wants to hurt you.
I, yes, that's what you're wanting.
No,
Oh my god.
no. It will be. Shh. It'll be fine, buddy. I mean, nobody wants to hurt you. You're a big, strong guy. You can protect yourself. Remember?
Yes, right. I will protect myself.
Oh, okay. All right. Calm down, buddy. You can't protect
I
yourself.
have
against
my
stuff like
cane.
this. I mean, you gotta be calm because if you're overworking yourself, you won't be able to protect yourself.
Is it actually possible to lose conscious because of hyper
Yeah.
ventilate?
This effect itself can overwhelm people, and it doesn't. There's no control. There's no making you do anything, but it can certainly knock him out.
Yeah, I feel like I'd lose at that point my conscious.
Okay.
Look, you're way bigger than me. Please don't fall on me.
He falls back
Roll
into a seat.
roll
Oh,
a
yeah,
1d4 to see what direction you fall.
I am not very strong, so I will let you hit the floor. This is not a trust fall.
Do you really want to roll which direction he falls?
Yeah, sure.
All
And
right.
Since I was talking to Zoe last, I probably will be more next to her. So, but I will roll it.
Yeah, I mean,
All right. I was
think
gonna
that's
say
on top of her.
I was actually
Yep,
gonna have you roll a d6, but d4.
Oh, D6.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d6. 1 through 3 is on Zoe.
Well, technically it should be D8 because there are 8 directions.
Yeah, I'm only going with
Well,
6 though.
I mean, technically, there's
No,
10. He could fall up or down.
Now hold on. There are 360 degrees in a circle, and
Yeah, but I take up like 10% of those degrees, right?
No, you take out 50% of them.
Okay.
So a roll of 1
Well,
to
so one each time.
yeah.
So one's half
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah,
a 1
no,
to
I
3
feel
was
like- I
towards
feel-
Zoe anyways.
The dice have spoken.
So
so I'm
he's starting to collapse towards Zoe.
I guess I'll try and stop him from like slamming his head onto the ground.
You might want to move, really.
But yeah, this is gonna go poorly. So what, like a physical saving throw?
No, let's just go ahead and get an exert strength check.
Oh god. Yep. Pick the thing I'm bad at. Thank you.
You never know. You might roll double sixes.
Yeah.
That'll
maybe
still
if you
only be
worked
like
out
an
a bit
8.
more.
I rolled exactly what I expected to roll.
And what do you get on the dice there? Like 6?
4.
No, 4. So I assume I'm also on the ground now.
You're also on the ground. Zoe tried to stop him, or at least prevent him from injuring himself in his fall, and to that extent, neither of you were actually injured. You haven't lost any hit points, but you've got some bruises, and that ankle feels twisted a little bit. Actually,
Alright.
that technically would be hit point damage, but I'm not tracking it for you. Not this
The
time.
pile. Yeah, no, it will straighten out the pile and basically put the unconscious body somewhere in the seat and get Zoe off the ground.
Come on, Walter. This isn't an anime.
Zoe didn't actually fall unconscious though.
Oh God.
Well, in that
Caps-
case, just the unconscious body will be positioned in a chair.
Okay.
Captain.
I don't know what that was. So powerful. I tried to reach out. I tried. Oh God, did I do this? I'm so sorry.
All right,
What happened?
I'm going to stand up and go to the back of the room and pour myself a glass of water.
The door slams open. Brendan is there. Are you guys okay? I must tell you that was very unusual.
Do you have smelling salts?
Yes. And he goes over to the cabinet where your snacks have been. There's a little hidden drawer that has medical supplies in it. Roots around in that bag.
Doc, you wanna check him out before we wake him up, or you think it's okay to...
Here, let me. Yeah, I'll go over and see whether he's severely injured or if it's even a good idea to try to wake him up right now.
Okay. You don't even need to roll a heal check. He has just stressed and hyperventilated himself into unconsciousness. He does not appear to have been injured any more than fallen on Zoe.
Okay. So is it a good idea to try waking him up right now? Or...
Are you asking that in character or out of character?
I'm asking it in character, I guess.
Okay.
Waking him up might just provoke a further reaction.
He looks over and says, "Yes, it might be better to let him lie this out.
Right.
Are the rest of you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine.
Little
Of course.
stressed, but I'll survive.
What happened?
We don't know yet. The Sioux they've never done anything like this. I'm sure it was just a mix-up. And our next performance will be serene and euphoric, as they all have been.
All right. The other guests, were there any incidents among them?
In the Bend Common, some have fallen unconscious, as your friend here.
Has anything like this happened before?
No.
Are the Sioux dispersing? Like, I'm not asking him. I'm looking through the glass.
The performance appears to have ended at some point while... actually, I should get a little bit farther back, give a little bit more information to Android. The performance ended a little bit before people started truly reacting to it. What Android saw was the same kind of... I forgot I had an Android. The same kind of patterns and shapes that they were forming with fire and electricity.
Okay.
And near the end of the better half of 20-30 minutes, the shapes just kind of started to fade, and the Sioux just returned into the environment. There were no more shaped fire or electrical discharges. And a few minutes after that is when the worst of the reactions began to occur.
Alright.
And Zoe, with the successful save there, you were much more aware of the passage of time.
Okay.
It otherwise, it's about the same as I described it.
Okay.
Okay.
For those that failed the save, it felt like maybe a minute or two.
And how long was it actually?
It was almost 30 minutes.
Okay.
I guess I have no feeling about how much time passes.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Are you putting your microphone directly into the Girl Scout cookie box? Like, what is going on over there?
I'm not even eating anything. I'm actually just filling with some papers.
Stop it!
Sorry.
They sound like
I'm not
delicious papers, Lulu.
Sure. Sound exactly like the inside of a box of Girl Scout cookies.
Okay. I look up. Was Mr. Dylan Ray amongst the viewers of this?
We haven't located him.
Look for me, would you?
Yes, we'll continue to search for him.
I guess I'm going to just look out the window for a bit.
Just a quick question: is it my decision when I gain my conscious back again, or
Yeah.
will you tell me?
No, it's your decision.
Okay.
The shutters are closed, and that's also probably something I should have described to Android at the end of the performance. The shutters are closed.
I look at the shutters. I guess.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's been a while since I planned out how this all goes, and I didn't refresh myself nearly as well as I should have.
I guess I'll wake up slowly.
Hey, buddy, you're back with us.
Oh my god, why? Why did I wake up?
Well, I mean, you can't sleep forever.
The effects are drifting off.
Oh, hell, what was that? Do people really pay for that show?
I think there might be some refunds after that one.
I have no idea. Hang on.
Well, I'll try to look it up into their local network whether they pay refunds in case people hurt themselves during their show, and
Well-
whether they are precedents.
Oh, Brendan is present. You can ask him.
Yeah, then I will ask him exactly these questions: whether they're precedents and whether the organizers are paying refunds, or at least some sort of payment.
He shakes his head, says, "This is, as far as I know, this is unprecedented. However, in the contract that you signed for coming down to SOS, there is a no refunds policy."
Oh, great. So, besides of no precedents, you've already saved yourself from that.
Well, our lawyers, I'm sure, were very good. and
Nice.
Had forethought.
You should invite them. But not to your show.
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
well, they did a good job. It would be a shame if they would go unconscious too.
Yes, of course.
Stop.
What?
Brendan, just please just go.
I'll leave you.
Go. See if you can find Mr. Ray. It's apparently more urgent than I expected.
Okay.
Hey,
I'll
Doc,
leave
wasn't it a little bit harsh? I mean, you've literally just sent him away. Maybe he
Walter?
wanted to hang out with us.
He leaves.
Yeah, I hope you're happy, Doc. See, he was obviously sad that he had to leave.
All right, I just look at Walter.
I look back. Maybe if nothing happens, a couple of after a few seconds, I'd wink at him like, "Hi."
Right.
Anyways, Doc, have you thought about that? The person we are looking for is actually afraid of us and is trying to hide. So by calling the official staff, that he will panic and try to get out of the planet.
I mean, I guess it's possible.
I mean, we are not too popular,
All right.
at least according to our crime records.
Okay.
So it might
What would you suggest, Walter?
that we try to look for him by ourselves. I mean, we could try to get into the registry of this planet, maybe the official address book or phone numbers whatsoever.
He's a guest, not an actual resident, correct, Dex?
Ooh.
That's what they told me yesterday.
I don't remember them using what specific terms they used.
Okay. Well, we could try.
Either way, guest or habitant, there is some data somewhere, and we could try to acquire it by ourselves.
Okay, I suppose if you want to do that, you can. It seemed easier to not do it ourselves, but... Alright, well, we're not really accomplishing anything else. Captain, are you good enough to get out of your seat?
By the way, Xander, if you've been speaking, can't hear you again.
I haven't.
Okay.
I'm able to share the spotlight with other people, okay?
I'm just not used to you being quiet for so long.
Occasionally, you don't hear from me because my mouth is closed. It's not very often. But it happens.
Wait, who rolled a d20?
For what?
There's a d20 on the stream.
It wasn't one of us.
I don't know why that d20 is there. Let's click it away. Okay.
Maybe it's one of these saving throws.
Oh, it might be
Yeah,
one of the saving
rolled with
throws.
D20.
Yeah, it was a 2, so it was the last save. Oh, and because Xander doesn't have the 3D dice turned on, so it wouldn't have overwritten the 20. Okay, makes sense.
Do I need to do something?
You can if you want to. It shows 3D dice as you roll them.
Oh, automatically roll 3 or enable 3D dice.
Let's see.
I would enable and automatically.
Yeah, the non-automatically is kind of bunk.
Okay, so I'll just turn all that stuff on. I don't know. Most of the options in here are just whatever I had them set to.
Okay. My brain left me. What was the last question asked of me?
Was the guy a resident or a visitor?
Okay, and I left that ambiguous.
So since we are going to try to find him by ourselves, I'll start to look up how legal it is to get into the database and look up for guests or habitants.
Okay. Let's go ahead and have you do an admin check, administer/intelligence.
Oh, whoa. Since I start to see the text, I get the feeling that I'm not the right person to do that, and I look around. Guys, any one of you with some knowledge?
All right,
bureaucracy?
give it here.
I hand it to you.
Right. I'll start looking. I'll start looking through that.
Okay. Give me an
Yeah.
admin intelligence check.
Oh God.
That's not bad. You can see that it is clearly outlined that attempting to access guest registries, resident registries, or access any computer system, whether government, park sector, or residential, without authorization is illegal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I'll relay that. Walter, it's illegal for us to access these registries.
Okay, but we should ask for an official habitant book. I mean, maybe there is one that we don't have to get illegal into.
I
least
look
that
up
way-
if I look up if there's a.
You cut out, Lula. You look up if
I look up if there's a phone book.
Okay. A little bit earlier on than where you were at, there are sections about maintenance of public records and what information is allowed to be kept on these public records, and you see that there actually are restrictions about making this information even accessible in the park sector, but then there are requirements that it be accessible in the residential sector.
Okay. Okay. So it is accessible in the residential.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're basically there is a phone book of sorts with limited information that can be accessed legitimately in the green areas.
Okay. So, all right. Is there a way to get access to the green areas?
Yes, you can ask for authorization if you're a tourist, with providing adequate and reasonable reason. Or, of course, you can always try and sneak through.
Are guests listed in this phone book?
Guests are not listed in the phone book.
Oh, thank God.
Walter, you wanted to visit some artists, didn't you?
Did I? I guess I did.
Right. I believe they live in the guest section, don't they?
Do you mean residential or guest?
I'm sorry, they live in the residential section, don't they?
You're not sure?
I'd assume so if they're a local artist. So why don't we try to get access to so you can visit your artist?
Oh, right. I've actually even mentioned before that I'm interested in that. That would even come more reasonable.
All right.
So, let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put in a request for a cab back, and then put in the request for a permit. We're about halfway through. Can we take our break now? I need to take care of a couple things.
Yes, I was just going to suggest that.
Cool.
All right.
See y'all in 15.
See ya.
Alright, we return. I believe you guys were trying to decide what kind of options you have with regard to accessing a Dylan Ray. Proposed doing so through the artist friend,
Mr.
Vaxeter
Vacant
Kandaradin.
Kandarin. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how do you want to proceed? Um. Hmm.
Believe we wanted to request access so Walter could go do whatever with an artist.
I'd actually just like to show him my appreciation of his work, and maybe give him a little gift, like a cake, maybe.
All right. Well, you've called a cab, and there's now a cab waiting outside of your box seats. Well, outside the bend, outside your box seats. Are you gonna leave your little box and exit the bend?
Is everybody else can we see the rest of the auditorium?
From where you're at right now, you cannot. But you do remember that the door that you took to get to the box seats did come in from the auditorium.
Okay.
So you'll be passing by it.
Yeah, I want to get out of here. This has been fun and all, but
Wait a second, did I understand it correctly that if we go outside, we'll walk in a way that everyone will be able to see us?
Mhm.
Maybe we should cover somehow our faces a little bit while walking by.
Why?
Don't know, our crime cards say that we are wanted criminals, and here are a lot of guests.
So we should act like wanted criminals to draw attention to ourselves? We'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a disguise, the offer for reconstructive surgery remains open.
So you do say that you would be able to do that right now, right here.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, there's no maybe, only yes or no.
I could try, but it would probably be better to get to a medical bay.
So it's not an option right now.
No, it's an option.
Wow. I wouldn't think that I would ever have to side like our dog and look at him in the same way he looked so many times at me. Yeah.
Oh, I'm quite serious. I could try it. I don't know. I can't do it.
Yeah,
until I try.
yeah, sure. Let's just get out.
Alright, so you guys leave?
Yep.
Yeah.
You continue back, or you retrace your steps down the tunnel. Brendan is not here to guide you. You pass several other openings that presumably go to other box seats. And eventually you return to the amphitheater. You see a fairly large-ish gathering of people. Looks like the people that were wandering around here sat down for the performance once it began. And more arrived in various states of what you recall feeling. Some are still kind of reeling from it, and some are just not real sure what to expect, but they're still here. There are a couple people that are just openly sobbing. You guys continue out the amphitheater. Return to your vehicle. Well, go to the cab that was called for you. Get in. There are 4 of you present, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
5 including 104.
Well, no, I mean it's four people and one android.
You still take 5 people-sized spaces in a vehicle.
Well, we could shove the android in the trunk.
We'll say that there was enough foresight to get a larger cab than just standard, and so
Okay.
it's not a problem.
Just a question.
Can be
Shouldn't
economic.
No. What was that
shouldn't
vision?
would an android be able to run as fast as a cat?
No, not necessarily. They're built like humans, so they're subject to a lot of the restraints of human anatomy. Well, of human frame.
Well, I didn't feel that when she several times grabbed me.
She is very, very much stronger than a normal human can get, and so yes, she would be able to run faster, but not quite to the extent of running alongside a fast-moving vehicle.
Okay.
But you could shove 4 of you in the trunk and make it fit.
Let's not.
Probably. You get in. The cab driver looks back. Looks like you've just kind of gotten a normal cab here. Where are you headed?
What was the name of our suite? Did
Um,
it have an address? Like, do I remember?
yeah, you remember
I-
the address.
I feel like I could kind of generally guide him because I was awake when I went there, but I don't.
Yeah, you can also just tell him
hospital, I don't-
what hotel you're staying at.
Yeah, I do that.
Wait. Why to the hotel? Shouldn't we just get to the point where we get then to the residential area?
We're going to the place that we're going to the hotel. That's where we're staying, right?
No, I thought we would visit with the artist.
We need
Do you
permission
know how to
do
get there?
that. We need to put in an application to get permission to do that.
Really, I thought it would be just a form we could do at the border.
I mean, I read that, Dex.
You're both right. Actually, you need to basically apply for or put in an application for permission to enter the residential area or reason to enter the residential area. Tourists typically are not allowed without a good reason, and that is done at the administrative offices bordering the residential living and shopping areas.
All right, take us to the administrative offices then.
You got it. The cab driver starts driving off. So, it's your first time in the city?
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty nice here, isn't it? Get to see any of the shows?
Just the one, and it was interesting.
Oh, you were at the show just right here. Yeah, that makes sense. It's where I picked you up. Duh,
Yep.
Dummy.
Yeah.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself. It's been a long day for all of us.
It's all right. So you got your head full of that crap today, huh?
No.
Looks in the mirror, squints at Andrew. Oh yeah, okay. Everyone else, huh?
Yes, everyone else.
You don't look too shaken. I've seen worse.
You have. There have been worse shows.
Well, yeah, they're not too common.
They said that was the only time.
Of course they would.
Yeah, go figure.
How often does this happen?
Oh, let's see. Last time Adria was 7. How time flies, huh? About a year and a half ago.
Was there any... Do they know of any reason for it?
Not that anyone says. And you look at all the official records, and there's not even a trace of it.
There any rumors?
He suddenly looks back at you guys. You guys aren't cops, are you? You have to tell me if you're cops.
We are not
No,
cops.
no, I'm very decidedly not a cop.
I want to hear it
Do not
from
have
all
to
of
tell
you.
I don't think I'm a cop.
His mouth shuts.
She's 17.
You can't be a cop if you're 17. Okay. Is that? Yeah, that was all of you. Oh, yeah, I could get fired just for talking about it. So don't be telling anyone, please.
No.
I have a family. I have a kid to support.
We'll make sure we won't tell a single soul.
Okay.
Are you a cop, though? You have to tell us if you are a cop.
I am not a cop. I'm a cab driver.
I believe
Pulls up his cab driver card, his aptitude card.
All right. Does it look like a police officer's badge
Uh,
that's just been painted over badly?
It does not.
Okay.
It looks familiar as an aptitude card to. Let me look at the character list here. Definitely it's 255. It also looks familiar as an aptitude card to 291. That's an aptitude card. That's what people show other people for identification, sector-wide, and as a resume when certain skills are required. It doesn't list them on the card itself, but it does have a picture and all kinds of electronic components.
Now I have a question. Do you need a doctorate to drive a cab in this universe?
No, you do not.
No, but it helps.
It means he's a real cab driver.
Still funny.
Fuck you.
So, listen, those things don't let it go to your head. It doesn't seem to last long. That's why people keep coming back. It's like a drug, except usually it's a good drug.
Oh, don't let it go to our heads, eh? Huh?
Oh,
good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You're funny.
But yes, the rumors.
What rumors?
Oh, I thought you were going to tell us some weird rumors about what might have caused the whole thing.
Oh. Well, last time anything not happy happened there, the union miners had went on strike, and there was a bomb, and several people died. So I think that it's just the planet, kind of a warning system. The whole planet is psychic. It's not those aliens out there. They're just a manifestation of the planet. This is a living brain that we're on. That's why it's so hot.
That
Are you sure it's not just proximity to the sun?
No, the sun can't make a planet this hot. You ever heard of other planets being this hot? No.
I get some Solaris vibes.
Some what?
Just not so important. Just a reference.
Okay, I don't get references. I'm sorry.
I get it. We're all on the planet from Alpha Centauri, and now we have to shoot our brains into it to become one with the planet, and then a bunch of Christians try to murder us, probably.
What movie is this?
Oh,
It's a video game.
Oh my god, this sounds awful.
It's Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. It's a very famous game.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's go back to this game, which is based in reality.
It's an offshoot of Civilization.
Based in reality.
Anyway,
Amazing.
it's an interesting theory.
It's the best one anybody's got. That's mine.
You know
So-
what? You should write a book about it.
No, I'd lose my job.
You could
So
use another name,
Yeah,
so
I could.
anonymous. I tell you, that stuff is going to sell.
Huh.
But don't forget me when you get rich and
No, actually, it's better just to forget him. But what sort of bad thing might have happened here that?
Oh, it
This
wouldn't have
time.
happened yet.
Oh.
The Union strike and the bombing was weeks later.
So something to come then.
Of course, the planet's psychic. It's not just a warning of something that's already happened.
you mean otherwise it would be just a scam, right?
It would just be a scam. Yeah.
I see. Well, thank you for your insight. I don't actually know your name.
Ed Reston.
Thank you for your insight,
And a
Ed.
last name? Jeez. Who is this guy?
He's obviously extremely important. So
Oh, what's funny is that the culture team don't get last names.
Yeah.
That's just their naming convention. There is they don't have a last name.
well, it's because once they join the culture team, they become part of the culture family and have to give up all ties to their old identity.
That's right. Their last name is Culture.
Yep.
So no, I've actually been deliberate about not giving your guides last names.
Oh wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
I thought that was just me making a stupid joke. All right.
Nope.
Sure.
Nope. Members of the culture team. The name that they give is not their real name. I mean, they have a last name, but the name that they go under once they're a culture team guide is something completely different.
I see.
I have been amused at, however, they don't even have a last name. Meta commentary.
Wait, hold on. If we learn their true name, can we control them?
That's entirely possible. There must be a reason that they don't use their true names.
I think it's
wanted
because they're
criminals.
demons.
And now I might be fucking with you.
No, they're demons. They're
Might be.
definitely demons.
Amazing.
Ed drives you to the administrative offices if there's no further
The
communication with
administrative building.
them.
He is actually the ruler of culture.
He is
All
the
along.
administrative building, I think is what you mean.
Yeah.
When he gets out, he transforms.
The head administrator.
Oh, all right. Let's take like 10% off here.
Only 10%, huh? That's generous.
I mean, I still want him to keep making jokes because they're pretty funny. But That one has been stretched.
Oh, here you are. Remember, you don't have to repeat anything I said here. It'll ruin the book, right?
I've already locked it away.
Yeah, thank you. So if you see a book, what name do I want? Rusty. Yeah. Rusty Scream. No, Rusty Shout. Rusty Cry. See a book by Rusty Cry.
All right, Rusty Cry then. I'll definitely keep a lookout for it.
Rusty Crier. That's better.
Is it?
Yeah, it's more like a real last name. It's not just made up.
Yes, absolutely. It's perfect. We'll definitely keep a lookout for it.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Who are you?
Figments of your imagination.
I'm not insane, young lady.
Not yet.
I'm Albert. This is Dora. Android, and I forget his name. It's not important.
Walter, man, Walter.
Waterman.
Okay. Well, it's a real pleasure meeting you folks. Good luck with whatever bureaucratic bullshit paperwork you got.
We're trying to find an artist.
Oh yeah? Well, which artist? Who are you trying to find? There's a few down in my neighborhood.
I believe it was written in the discussion chat.
Dylan Ray.
No, not Dylan Ray.
Dylan Ray?
Dylan Ray's not the artist.
Vexeter Kandaradin.
Yeah, that sounds right.
He's that guy. Yeah. He's
You know him.
He's a little too high floofy for me.
Too high floofy.
High floofy.
What does that mean?
Yeah, well, Waterman likes. So.
Well, he's just he dines with the rich tourists. So no offense to you guys, and
None taken.
He eats above his station. If you know what I mean.
Yes, a class traitor.
He's a class traitor.
Yes, well, don't worry about it. I don't really care about him that much.
Yeah.
But you were going to say something about Dylan Ray?
He's a character.
Oh, you've met him around then?
Yeah, we give him rides here and there. When the taxi comes, when he calls for a taxi, and luck of the draw.
Would you happen to know where he lives? I hear he tells some interesting stories.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Would you tell us? We are not cops.
Yeah, we're mostly just interested in stopping by before we have to sit around and listen to Waterman chat with some overdressed artists for several hours.
I can't tell you where he's at. I suppose I could swing by his place and see if he's there.
That
Or just let him.
That would actually be.
We would like to talk to him.
Sure. If he's not stoned off his ass.
I mean, even if he is.
No, he has some crazy theories. It's better to just leave him be when he's high as fuck.
Well, even so, hold on. I'll scribble down my. I guess. Do compads have telephone numbers?
Yes, they do. We got com
Great.
code.
I'll com code. I'll scribble down my com code and hand it to him. Just give him this and have him message me if you happen to know where he is.
All right. Yeah, sure. I can do that. It is a little bit out of my way here.
Yeah, of course. Here. Let me compensate you for your trouble. Of course.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm not asking for anything.
No. Of course not.
Well, I gotta feed Adria.
Just think of it as as that, and then a down payment for your book.
Okay, let's take like 20% off. Stop spending my money.
Well, yes, 20% is a standard tip.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much this ride gave us,
3
but
credits.
I'll give him like 50 credits.
Okay. Yeah, it would be more expensive because of where you're at, but a ride is not usually expensive at all.
Yeah. So I'll give him like 50 credits for the ride plus dropping off our message.
Yeah, it's probably pretty decent.
Rent a ground car is 15 a day, which actually sounds like a good basis for just a ride here and there when you're not using your peerless culture experience benefits. So yeah, he is very pleased with 50 credits. Thank you. You're very generous. Here's my cab code. Ask for me next time you call for a cab, and if I'm not already running someone, I'll be there in a jiffy.
Sounds like a plan.
We appreciated that.
And he gives you his cab code.
All right.
All right. He leaves you at the administrative buildings. Now, obviously, everything in this city is under some kind of roof or dome, so it's no surprise that there's a dome above you. The buildings go up for go up to a maximum of 2 stories. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, I should have done that. Anyways. And are sprawled out before you. You're kind of in a plaza. There is a map in front of you. You are here, and it lists the various agencies and buildings of bureaucracy that you could walk to from here. The very closest one is clearly a police station.
Definitely not that one.
You sure?
By the way, could you, Doc, could you look up how the jurisdiction on that planet is, whether they are cooperating with the Union or not?
It would be with the Galactic Mandate, right? The Union is not the name of the government. And it's confusing. I know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, then whatever. Anyways, my character wouldn't get into the details, and for him would be everything the same. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can check if they're cooperating with the mandate. Yeah. Is the local government with the mandate?
That one's going to take a little bit more time because it's not as clear and easy of a law to look up.
We'll find out when they arrest us or don't.
Well, fine. For now, where's the permit office, I guess?
Oh, it's just about a block's worth of buildings away. Second floor, third office.
Let's start walking down then.
There's been some attempt at making this an aesthetically pleasing setup, in that, once again, kind of like your hotel, the buildings are arranged in a square U shape around a central plaza. That plaza happens to also include a pylon for support. Actually, I'm not even sure if pylon's the right word. A support structure in the center of it. And some fences around that support structure so that nobody gets goes to it. But aside from that, there are some parks and benches and actual green growing grass. There's a lot less in the way of touristy stuff, but it's still attempting to be humanly pleasing.
Okay.
You're specifically going to the travel permits section or office, and you get in there. You have to pass by a bunch of other offices. For a few of them are for different types of permits. Others are support agencies. And finally, you get to the travel permits, and the woman inside looks up as you enter, looks at all 5 of you.
Hey, how's it going?
Yes, what is it?
We'd like a. Yeah, I don't like dealing with this. We would like a permit to visit the residential section, so he can have a chat with. Who was it? Some Mr.
Kandaradin.
Yes.
Exeter Kand.
Apparently, he's a big fan.
And as he says it, I wink. Hi. Big fan.
She looks up at you. Horn-rimmed glasses and curly hair. Almost looks like Lucille Ball with glasses. I can't just let tourists go about visiting anyone they think they're a fan of.
But I don't just think I'm a fan of him. I am actually a fan of him. You see? And I show her my cane and pointed to the nice artist design that.
Oh, well, in that
set it
case, then I'm sorry, I still can't give you a permit. She clearly suppresses some sarcasm there.
Please, miss, listen. He's older than he looks, and frankly, he's a bit near death. This may be his last chance to see it before we have to, give him his last rites. So
she looks so disappointedly at Walter, and then back up at 255. What do I care? Fill this out.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Great. All right. I'll just take the form.
It's not too intensive. It's only a 1 page front and back. It does ask who all is visiting, and it requires you to attach additional pages for each additional person, etc., etc. Bureaucracy.
Does it require any actual identification?
It does say that you must present identification or subject to genetic identification to complete this form.
I don't need to go. So that's 1 page you can leave off.
Wait a second. As the taxi driver told us, that one actually likes to go out with celebrities and rich people. So maybe we could call him to meet us. Wait a second. Our aim is to get into the zone, right? Yeah, we have to go with Zoe, since she's probably the only one who he would accept to visit him.
Here, I Mm.
Do you guys want a minute out of character to discuss how you want to proceed, or alternately?
I think.
I think that I'm misunderstanding what our plan here is.
I'd like to have one detail to know. So these papers, if we filled them, do they go to the person we do want to visit, and do they have to sign
No, they
them?
go to
Yeah.
the local government.
Yeah, let me take us out of character for a minute so that you guys can, because you've had plenty of time to talk about this, and it doesn't need to be all in character for this. So I'm going to take us out of character. The forms that you're filling out, go ahead and forget about them. They're just a prop piece to gate who all gets into the section and who doesn't. That gateway is, are you willing to submit to genetic ID and have that on file with the SOS planetary government? That's the only gateway here. The paperwork, you'll complete it successfully. There's no check for that.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I
Android has
figured.
no problem with it.
Yeah, and
the
Android can
Android
just confirm that she's an Android, and that's it. So I'm going to
Yeah.
mute myself while you guys decide what it is that you actually want to accomplish going here, and how you want to do it, and who all is going.
I don't have any genetic records on file, and I have no particular desire to get mine on file. I personally think that since you two, or Walter and Zoe, are the ones who do have theirs on file already, if anyone is going to go in there, it's got to be you two.
I mean, why don't we just invite him?
But wait a
to-
second, weren't you the one who actually knew the guy that we are looking for?
Yeah, and I really just need him out here so he can talk to me.
Yeah, the thing is, we are not sure that he would trust us, or if he asks us about some specific scientific things, we won't be able to convince him to come out.
Then
would be
just
easier
call
to
me
avoid
on the compad
incidents.
and I will talk to him that way.
Yeah, okay, that's an option.
Yeah, just throw me on compad, give him the phone, and then I can chat to him.
But that would not necessarily be safe either.
I mean, I guess if someone hacks the line or taps the, can they even tap lines?
It's
There's
literally
no-
running through the city server.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have to identify anything. I can just answer a few questions and get him to come meet me in person.
Yeah, well, okay. Zoe, are you in it?
I mean, I feel like we could just invite the guy to dinner. Like, I still am not exactly understanding what our plan
Okay,
here is.
so the thing is, we are looking for a guy that might help us with our memories. But
Yeah.
to get to him, we have to get into the zone where the habitants live. So we pretend that we would like to visit an artist, another guy, which we don't actually care about, and this artist likes rich people. So we pretend to visit the artist, but in reality, we want to get to the guy who probably can help us.
Okay. Okay, I'm back on board. Sure, yeah, let's go visit. Let's fill out this paperwork. They already have genetic scans, so whatever.
All right,
But
great.
I feel like could we just maybe call the psychologist and he could get us through, and then we don't have to go through all this?
I mean, that was an option. I thought you didn't want to do that, though.
Well, I didn't want to. When there was not really any point to it. But now there is a reason to. Dex.
Yes.
I want to call up Dr. Oh god, what was his name? Oh god, he even had a last
Henderson?
name. He's a real person. Yeah, Henderson.
Okay. You guys take the paperwork away from Ms. Tremby's desk.
Oh,
She's-
she has a last name too? God, there's too many real people in this game.
Oh, dear.
I use real people to make up for my lacking descriptions.
Oh, God. I can't handle it. There's too many.
She has a first name too.
I please don't tell me it. She's gonna die eventually. I can't handle the pressure.
So yeah, are you walking away with the forms? Or are you taking them into the hall? The office space is not large, so she'll hear any conversation that you have within the office, if you're concerned about that.
Well, I guess okay. Let's just fill out the paperwork, turn it in, and then go somewhere else to call Dr. Handsome. Handy. Herb. He has a name. I can remember it. Henderson.
You're correct. Henderson, not handsome. Henderson.
There it
Dr.
is.
Handy sounds actually quite right.
Yeah, well, that way we have two options in case one of them fails. Yeah.
Okay. So one of you fills out the paperwork and hands it in. Was I correct in hearing that it will be 872 and 291 that are submitting to the genetic ID?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the android doesn't have to, so.
Okay. Android is able to verify that she is an android. And is also granted, well, is also on the permit request. And then you go out into the hallway to call Dr. Henderson.
No, I mean we'll just go somewhere else. We'll call him later.
Okay.
I mean, I assume this paperwork isn't going to be instantaneously like this bureaucracy is not. This is the future, but it's still bureaucracy, right?
It's still bureaucracy. You provide contact details for them to call you, and she says that it gets processed within. She says that it gets processed by next business day.
Yeah, it gets processed when it gets processed.
Okay. So, where are you going next, and when are you making the call to Henderson?
I mean,
Should we just go back to the residence, the hotel, whatever you want to call it?
yeah, I don't really think there's much else we can do at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think calling it calling it the residence probably makes it sound more grandiose than it is. Do we get the same cab driver?
You can if you when you're traveling to a park sector destination, you can call for free cab service. The cab that you called to get to the administrative office was a standard cab that you have to pay.
Okay.
So you can call either.
Let's or free ride back home.
Okay.
Because I think our paid cab is off doing something for us.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
Okay.
I mean, he gave him 50 credits.
I mean, I'd like to think that my faith in humanity is not totally gone because, you know, if you pay somebody, they'll still do the job that you paid them for. Hopefully.
Hopefully. All right. Your free ride takes you back to the hotel. Shortly after you arrive at the hotel, both Brendan and Yuki come at the door. They knock.
I open the door.
I trust your experience after the show has been better.
Yes, I think we've all recovered more or less.
Ah, thank you. Thank goodness. Is there anything that either of us can do for you, or do you just want to enjoy the splendors of your suite in privacy?
Is there somewhere for me to recharge?
Yes. And if you'll allow me in for a moment.
Okay.
He comes in, goes off to the side where it looks like there may be some cleaning supplies and other pantry stuff kept, and pulls out a little slab on the floor. Well, not slab, but pulls out a little part of the wall down at the baseboard, and it is a firm charging platform for the android. You see 3 others along in a line right there.
Wow,
Thank you.
impressive. By the way, can I have a cake?
Oh,
Or wait a sec, actually 2 cakes. One that can be stored in the fridge and in a nice gift box.
of course.
Thank you.
I'll have that delivered. Do you have any flavor preferences?
Have you heard of the artist Vexter Kandarin?
Yes.
Are you getting Vexter Candarin flavored cake?
No, actually, I wanted to ask whether the stuff is familiar with his taste.
Oh, yes, he is very, very particular. Chocolate with double fudge and peppermint.
Would it be
A man-
possible for you to get it?
A man of culture.
He is indeed. Yes, we can certainly have a cake prepared. Would you like it in the same fashion as Vaxeter? Or as Mr. Candaradine?
What?
Would you like the cake prepared in the same manner that Mr.
Yeah.
Candaradine? Okay. Well, that will take a little bit longer, but I'll have 2 cakes prepared, one for storage and refrigeration, and one for immediate eating. Would you like any dinner or anything prior to that?
A steak. Bloody as hell.
A steak, rare, to go with chocolate, fudge, and peppermint. That sounds exquisite, sir.
I'm a man of culture.
Clearly.
Yeah, Jai Rao just very vocally went at that.
Well, Brendan seems to agree. If he's lying, he's very good about it. Let me go prepare that for you.
Please.
Or have that prepared for you. And both he and Yuki take their leave again.
Amazing.
Are you going to call Henderson in the meantime? Or was that still
yeah.
later? Okay.
Yeah, no, sorry. I forgot what I was doing.
It's okay. Clearly the awesome NPC interaction is very distracting. I'll try to be less entertaining in the future.
Jeez. now that I know there's this whole complicated last name backstory, I'm just I can't concentrate.
You're just dying to know what the real names are. I get it. I shouldn't have told you that. That was my fault. Okay. Oh, did I mention that Dr. Henderson also has a first name?
How dare
Is
you,
it
sir?
Harry? It better be Harry.
It's Handy. His name's Handy Henderson.
No, because that would have made him walk in apparently while 291 is still putting on her pants even worse.
Yeah, well, wasn't that great to start with?
His name is Harry, not Woody.
I was referring to the Handy Henderson. Okay.
All right.
All
right. I feel like that joke's.
He answers quickly.
Is this Dr. Henderson?
As Dr. Henderson speaking, is this young Miss LaRue?
Yeah. Hey.
I recognized your wonderful voice. You can call me Clive.
You're just getting the Clive notes.
You've thrown me off, man. I can't fucking do this. Let's bring it back down. All right. Of course. You said earlier when we were talking that if there's anything I should ask you, and something's come up. Do you think you would be able to help me with something?
Oh, well, what is it?
I'm trying to speak with a. Well, you know, we were at the disastrous show this afternoon, morning,
Oh, I'm
evening.
sorry that you were witness to that.
But we heard some people say that. Oh God, what the fuck's his name? Oh God,
So
I need
many
to start taking notes.
names.
What the hell was the guy's name that the alien expert?
I wouldn't. I don't know that he's
Dylan
an
Ray.
alien expert, but Dylan Ray is mate.
Oh yeah, okay. So we were told that uh, a man named Dylan Ray might be able to explain it in more detail to us, but I don't know how we would contact him. Do you think that you could maybe arrange that, or
I can do better for you. If you'd like to speak with any of our local scholars or philosophers, or certainly experts in their fields,
Local
or
crackpots.
even visiting scholars and experts, or scholars and philosophers, I could definitely arrange a meeting with any of them.
yes, that would be most helpful.
Yeah, very well. I'll see what schedules align. Are you available for the day tomorrow?
And well, I've been hoping that we would be able to experience a more uplifting dance, but I don't know how often they get back together to do their thing.
Well, I'm afraid I've heard under the line that that future shows will be shuttered in at to avoid any chance of repeat performance like that until we're certain that the performances are back in line with how we've come to know and love the Sioux. I could probably arrange for you to be one of the exclusives to experience that, but I would hate to put you in a potentially stressful situation once again.
Is this on speakers?
That is up.
Like, can the rest of us hear this?
That's totally up to 291.
I mean, no. I don't think I should be. No offense, but yeah, that would be great. I don't. The original didn't affect me as much as it did most of my friends. I was just looking for, more explanation about what happened.
Well, with your upbringing, Miss LaRue, I am not surprised in the least. Your father has done a fine job.
Crewmates, and I roll my eyes and make the jerk off motion. Like, oh my God, this guy.
Yeah, 255 nods in agreement. He can't hear anything, but he knows what these people are like.
So I once again would very much like to speak with. God damn it! I literally just said his name like five.
I put it in the
Dylan Ray.
Roll20 chat for you.
Thank you.
The temporary chat.
Okay, yeah, Dylan Ray. So if you could arrange that, I would be most grateful.
If you insist, but I warn you, I think you're in for a disappointment.
Well,
he is not up to your standards, Miss LaRue.
I will be the judge of that. Thank you.
I did not mean to offend. Would you allow us to maintain security in case he has an episode?
I have security of my own.
He can be very violent and persistent.
Perhaps a small escort.
Yes, that sounds reasonable. I will.
Thanks. Goodbye.
He is in the middle of talking when he is hung up upon.
Oh God, what a jackass! I mean, his nose must be so brown.
Wait a second, Zoe. The hell? You've just agreed to personal escort?
Yeah, I figure you could take him out if we really need to.
If
Plus, he'll bring the guns to us. See?
I don't think we want anyone else overhearing, but
I mean,
whatever.
they are personal escort to a princess. I just tell them to go away, and they do.
Will they?
I have magical fucking powers. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's called money.
Yeah, basically.
Ugh.
I don't. Let me tell you about some of my heroes. Batman, Iron Man. You know what they had in common? Really fucking rich. It's a superpower. at me.
Right. Okay, I'm going to go take a bath. You have fun with your superpower.
It's gonna happen tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Bye.
I probably should have put in an order for food. Is there any other food to eat in this place?
It's really easy to order food if you want.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
another. There's a bottle of sparkling grape juice on the counter still.
That sparkling bottle of grape juice pirouettes through the air as it spins towards your head. No, I'm kidding. I don't care. It's fine. Whatever. But I will have a lasagna.
Okay. Yeah, they're within certain limitations. You haven't found those limitations yet, but there are limitations on what they can make because of how they get food. But aside from that, with you guys spending 900 credits a day, you get the food that you ask for.
Sweet. Is it a good lasagna? Or is it like super noodly?
The quality of the food varies. It's mostly on the good side. There is some quality control, especially for those people that are paying 900 credits a day.
Sweet.
But again, it kind of varies a little bit due to how they get their food. There's very little that is actually grown or produced here. It's mostly frozen shipped.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, they do what they can, I guess.
They do, and like I said, it's mostly good. But for a person who was accustomed to having personal chefs and a personal kitchen full of chefs,
I don't remember any of that.
the
Do my taste buds remember that?
Your earliest memories are MREs.
yes,
Yeah, exactly. But which my first reaction to was, "Oh God, please give me real food." So I guess
Yep.
my taste buds do remember. All right.
yeah. There is a familiarity that comes with the really good food that she has.
Okay. Cool.
Are any of you doing anything other than bathing and eating for the rest of the day? You've got, say,
Absolutely.
a few
Recharging.
hours left. Recharging, okay. I want to say that counts as both bathing and eating, so that falls under my exceptions.
Is there? I know that I did this at my last world, but on this world, is there Zoopedia?
There is, yeah.
I want to look up information on like the general history, like why they came here and what they originally planned to do here. Because like this doesn't seem people would be like, oh yeah, hey, let's throw a colony down on that. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Like they have.
Hang on.
planet was on fire, so they
Mhm.
didn't have to invent it.
Yeah.
Wikinet is what I called it.
Ah. Nice.
Wikinet is the general space wiki. It's not it's not specifically maintained on any one planet. It has to be hosted on the planet, of course. So that
I
planet.
assume this one's probably hosted in like space or something
Um,
on the station.
no, because if it was on a station, it wouldn't be able to reach you during certain times of the year. No, the data has to be hosted on the planet somewhere.
Oh, okay.
On planetary servers. So there is always the potential of any planet that has more authoritarian control over their internet of saying, I don't want this content here.
Sure.
But the format of Wikinet is standardized across all planets that have it, and so the updates are just like news and mail correspondence.
Okay, so when a new ship comes through, it drops off the latest updates of. Okay. All right. Cool.
And so she's just looking up the history of this planet.
Yeah, more like why people are actually here, like what made them come here.
Okay.
Other than the aliens, I guess.
All right. Is she suspicious at all of tampering, planetary tampering?
What do you mean planetary? Oh, like we burned the planet?
No, I mean of the wiki, like the planet or government saying no, this content doesn't belong.
No.
Okay. So the SOS wiki is very glowingly positive about SOS Prime and its origins.
Now I understand what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. It apparently it started off as a union mining project because the planet is, for all its fire and lava, is very rich in valuable minerals. There were some difficulties that they had to overcome, namely the holy god fucking hell heat, and there was some assistance in that arena from the Sioux, who apparently managed to compact some minerals and materials into a perfectly thermal conductive material, out of which the rest of the dome is built.
You mean the opposite of thermal conductive? Thermal non-conductive?
Yes, I do believe so.
Okay.
Insulating.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I looked up the concept of thermal conductivity and did some research on it, and I can never remember which one is which. So, if it's non-conductive, that
Insulating.
oh yeah, non-conductive sounds better though.
You just like saying conductive.
I do.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Well, I'm sorry, Dexter, but constantly saying conductive is not conductive to good discussion.
I think you mean conducive.
Oh, are we doing that Reddit thing where we come up with C words? And
Yeah, I think so.
Let's stop before anyone says the wrong C word.
oh yeah, fair enough.
I was just about to complain.
No, I think there was a slight difference between insulating and conductive, but you know what? For the fictional purposes, fictional positioning, yes, insulating material, perfectly insulating material. And
So the aliens want us to be here.
The aliens seem to want humans to be there. There is some speculation, and it is marked as speculation on the page, that the aliens actually derive some form of pleasure from humans being here. It's very clearly marked. There is no evidence to support this.
Yeah. Okay. Can I look through the edit logs and see, SueFan 27 made all these edits, or like does it have real names?
Yes, there's a combination of real names and throwaway names.
Okay. Do I recognize any of them? Are any of them Dylan? What's his face?
None of them are Dylan What's His Face.
Okay. All right. Let's see what else. And I want to look into setting up some trade stuff for when we get out of here.
Okay. You access the local outship trading sign-in page. You're able to create a profile quickly enough, and depending on what name you use, are you trying to log in as Zoe?
I mean, at this point, I don't feel like hiding my name is going to do us any good.
Okay.
And having my name out there might actually do us some good. So yeah, I'll sign up. I'll sign in under my. No, because I want to eventually sell these, and that'd be a trail they could trace back. No, I'll use a fake name. Man, this hiding from people stuff is for the birds. I can't wrap my head around it.
All right. If you are not using your real name, or well, the name that is on the crime reports, I should say.
Yeah.
That-
Maxine.
Okay.
It's all under Maxine.
All right. So,
My login name is Max 1337.
Wait, hold on. That was a very suspicious thing you said there, Dex. Are you saying that Zoe LaRue isn't Zoe LaRue? That maybe we just have a clone or body double of the actual princess?
Look, he's been throwing hints like that this entire time. I've started to ignore it.
Alright.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Not because it's not true, just because it doesn't do us any good to wonder about it.
Actually, us all
Or
being
have you been
clones
engineered
would
to ignore the
track.
blind spot?
Nah, because we got into those things.
Are you all just a Pavlovian experiment for me?
No, we're all gonna wake up in paranoia. Like I've already called it. Come on, you can't
Okay.
surprise me.
I am kind of hungry.
Very good, it's working. Okay. So with a new user, there's some kind of bureaucracy and protocol to go through. It's going to take some time to process the initial paperwork, but 291 can get that process started online, and she'll be notified of when she needs to go to the administrative buildings to complete various steps of it.
Okay.
Would you like to do the rolls for what those outships are worth right now or later?
We can do them later. I don't want to bore other people.
Okay. Well, they're all going to be GM rolls anyways, because I can't tell you if there's going to be doubles.
I am indicating my interest in buying this stuff, and so now you can do the dice rolls.
Okay. So I'll get those.
Whenever it's convenient for you.
Yeah. We've got about half an hour left on this session, so that's something that I'll do over the course of next week.
Okay.
I'm even writing it down to remind me. Okay.
Well, Dex, I didn't know you were going to be this serious about it.
I'm dead serious. If I don't do this, I will die.
Oh God! Wow, I didn't realize I was putting that much pressure on you. Woo!
Yes. See
It's
how
putting some pressure
seriously I
on me
take
now.
this.
Jeez,
Don't die, Xander. We need you for the
Wow.
rolls.
I'm not ready for this.
Anybody else doing anything?
Eating my steak.
Okay. Your steak arrives, and the cake about 45 minutes after the steak. The cakes.
Yeah, after the steak, I eat my cake.
Okay. There is some decorative element to the cake, and the steak also, but much more of a palatable arrangement. The cake has a kind of antler, kind of horned affect to it. It's all edible, but some of that fudge has been shaped into primal, like horned elements.
What the heck? This guy sounds like a real weirdo.
Mhm. I'm not surprised Walter likes him.
What
I would say, but I am taking a bath right now, so
did we ever get a description on the like the handle, the cane?
Yes. It also
Was it-
has horned elements.
Creepy.
sounds like a really horny old bastard.
Okay. All right.
All right,
All right.
all right.
You gonna let him have the less all right like that?
Yeah,
Wow.
I am. I'm
That's
the
very-
bigger man.
That's very big.
You
of
just did all right there.
I feel like I didn't say all right though,
You did say all right. You just said all right again.
and so did you. So I guess we're all right.
We are not all right.
What do you mean? How can we not
All
be
right,
all right?
there's an explosion, fire burns in, and everybody's dead. Now we're all right.
Wait, so it only took our left
Taking
side?
no heart of this, I should be fine.
So, is anybody else doing anything else?
Jeez.
I think we can only really wait right now.
Okay.
Yep. So I think we're just gonna take a nap.
All right.
I have a question to Doc. Would he suggest me to take more of his pills?
Yes.
Would you modify them, or would they be the same?
I'm not in the like I don't have my resources to do that right now, so they're the same
You
pills.
literally offered me to do a surgery on my face.
Yeah,
So,
but that doesn't mean
how
I have.
the hell am I supposed to know when you are able to do something or not?
I had a knife on me. I didn't have all the I didn't have pharmaceutical stores.
Look, I'm not a scientific guy. I have no idea what you need or not. So just tell me yes or no. And in this case, it's obviously no. Okay,
Just
I got it.
take your drugs. Take the drugs I've actually given to you. There was a whole thing of them.
Okay.
All right. Well, night comes pretty soon, accompanied by a dimming of overhead lighting and a subsequent dimming of internal lighting. You can override that, but it appears that the internal lighting of your hotel is already programmed to mimic day and night for you. It doesn't turn the lights off, it just lowers them all.
Are there? And this is probably going to be a stupid question. Are there windows? Like, can we see outside?
There are
Onto the
windows.
surface? Not like into the dome.
No, it's into the dome.
Oh, okay. Well, that's boring.
Although I could change that. I did have the thought of it would be really interesting if these like high luxury high rises actually looked out onto SOS. So
Yeah.
since there's
Maybe
a
not.
question about that, I'll do that.
Maybe not. Sweet. All right, I'm gonna do that thing where like the screen fades as I'm like sitting on my bed looking out on the like pensively onto the landscape. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Huh?
Yeah.
I do that.
Okay. All right. Morning is heralded by the opposite effect. Lights that were turned off are turned on very low and gradually increased. Again, you can override that, but they are rising the sun in your hotel. It doesn't seem to be much effect on the outer landscape. It's pretty fucking bright out there all the time.
Okay. Okay.
Um, let's see. Well, 291 has emails on her compad.
Cool. I check them.
A proposed itinerary of speaking to certain experts. Dylan Ray is not a name amongst them.
Oh, yeah, fucking useless mother. God. I take the list to Jai, and I'm like, hey Jai, do we very specifically only want to talk to Dylan Ray? Because it's not looking as easy as it could be.
Let's see the actual list.
Yep.
It's a combination of resident and visiting academics. There's even some that are not as academic but are more artistic. You've got a poet in the list.
Let's see. Utterly useless. Utterly useless. Can I bring up any of their, I guess, list of published works?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The WikiNet should have anything that they've published.
All right, great. Do any of them look like they'd be even near useful to me?
Yeah, some of them have actual published works on meta aliens, on indigenous aliens, on non-human psychology, philosophy.
What's a meta alien? You thought you were going to sneak that one by us, didn't you?
According to that particular author, is a native life form that humans consider alien.
So aliens. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much aliens, but he is coining a new term that is, and he even puts this in his little, blurb, coining a new term that is less offensive to the fragile human ego.
That guy sounds like a real tool.
The works that seem less floofy, less metaphysical, and more concrete are by surprisingly or not, are by those that are not listed as philosophers or poets. There are a couple of actual scientific scholarly types that are just writing out their observations. They're not highly regarded because they're not interesting reading to a layman. But
yeah, but they're a lot more concretely useful.
They're probably more concretely useful.
Right. Well, I could probably speak to a couple of these, but I don't know how much. Now, personally, I think some of these could be extremely interesting, just not terribly immediately useful for our purposes. Still, I wouldn't mind meeting with these. Go ahead and throw them on the list. We'll stop by them. Have any of you? Let me check my compad. Actually, have I gotten anything?
You've not.
Okay. We'll put them on the list to meet them today. Other than that, we should probably stop by the administrative offices again to see if they've processed our paperwork.
I'm gonna go down the list, and anybody whose self-professed title is philosopher, I'm taking off the itinerary.
Yes, that'd be wise. I'm pretty sure there's only like 3 of these people that might actually be meeting with.
Poet, I leave on because poets are okay.
Great.
Philosopher. Anybody who describes themselves as a philosopher is useless. They should go flip burgers.
I feel like. I mean, I'm pretty sure that applies to the poet too, but
no, they produce something. You might not always like what they produce, but at least it's something.
Dog, she's 17. She likes that romantic stuff.
Yes, that's a good point.
Don't you? Oh, ooh, Walter, you're lucky I like you. You are lucky. Oh, but then, yeah, like scientists and engineers and stuff. Heck yeah.
Okay.
And then I email it. I email it back with my proposed edits.
Yeah, and
And
you might want to ask him why Dylan's on the list too.
Yes.
While Zoe is emailing, I'd like to offer her a piece of a cake that I left over.
Oh, that's no, thank you.
I look very sad, and
But yeah, I also. Where is the person I requested?
You include that on your email?
Yeah, and I don't call the edits proposed. I just call them edits.
Okay.
I'm a fucking princess. I don't fucking propose nothing. What I say goes.
Ah, so you decree.
Yeah, basically.
You get a response fairly quickly from Dr. Henderson. That simply says that Mr. Dylan Ray has not been located.
Huh. Oh, that's annoying.
Strange.
can we look that guy up on the network? I mean, maybe it's just an anonymous name of a writer or whatsoever.
Or maybe this guy just doesn't want us to talk to him.
Or maybe that whole dance thing is connected to him.
Disappearing?
Yes.
Maybe he's the sauce.
Wait, what?
What?
He is the alien. What? Doesn't matter. Whatever.
No, I don't. No. That's not where we're going with this.
Look,
God.
I'm not sure whether you're familiar with it, but on my home planet there's this story about that one magician that appears
No.
as a big head of it and so on. But in the end, it was all a fraud, you know? He sat behind a curtain and was exposed by a little dog.
Oh, the Wizard of Boz. Yeah, we have that story
Exactly.
too. Yep. Boz the planet.
Yeah.
I hear his palace really was emerald, though. It's pretty cool.
Alright, where are you guys going first?
I'd like to check on the network that name, whether
Oh.
there come some cross references.
That's right. And so, are you searching the SOS intranet, or are you searching Wikinet, which is what comes in from space and other sources?
Every source that's available.
Okay. There's not much on him on Wikinet. He comes up as a reference here and there, but he doesn't even have his own page. On the intranet itself, you find a couple of blogs. Well, a couple of blog posts, I should say.
Alright, what sort of posts were that? And what did he personally write, or what did others write about him?
Hang on one second. Huh.
Hmm.
Sorry, 1 second.
He had a playlist for this. He really did. He's got to find it. My old GM would just default to the ominous music playlist whenever he couldn't think of what it was supposed to be.
No, I don't want to fiddle too much with that. I'm happy to just leave it on whatever planet you're on, except in certain situations. This isn't one of those certain situations. So 872 does find what looks like a running blog from Dylan Ray. It's kind of nonsensical hogwash. It does not look like it could be real. It would be like talking to somebody trying to induce you into a cult, whatever that one cult is.
Okay, what about a cross search with the name of the Raza?
Are you what are you crossing with the Raza?
The name of Dylan Ray. I'd like to search the both, whether there's a blog post or an article where both are mentioned.
There is not.
Well, then I'd like to show the article to our doc. Hey doc, look, I've actually found something about him. You were the one who mentioned that guy at first, so does that information help you in somehow to explain why he's hiding or where he might be hiding or whatsoever?
It,
The writing looks like the ramblings of a certifiable crackpot.
it tells me he's probably high while he wrote it.
And how
So-
the hell such a person is supposed to be able to help us?
I'm not sure he can, but we don't really have any other leads at the moment.
Well, yeah. I mean, the only person that we've met which may actually know where he is the taxi driver.
Yeah, and the taxi driver was still trying to deliver our message, right?
Well, he may have already delivered it. We don't actually know.
I'm going to go to our meetings, and I'm going to have the taxi driver, I'm going to call him back. I'm going to have him take me.
Okay.
You want to come?
Might
Jack?
as well.
Walter? You want to stay here and eat steak? What's up?
No. I come with.
Okay.
Well, the android keeps following Dora.
Yeah, I didn't actually ask you because I didn't think that you really had an option.
All right. The same cabbie is more than happy to pick you up. He looks out the window. I thought that was you. I mean, I knew it was you because, but I thought it was you.
Yeah.
Hey, how's your bestseller going?
Haha. I'm sticking with the name Rusty Cryer. I think that's a good name.
Terrific.
Yeah. I like it.
I couldn't find Dylan. Well, he didn't respond. I knocked on his door, and finally I just wrote a note and left it, slid it under his door. So I don't even know if he's gotten it.
Oh, yeah, we were on our way to visit him, so, yeah.
Oh, well, you want to ride?
That's I feel like that might have been a joke. Was that I don't get it.
No, I mean it's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why we've called you here.
I thought you were going to visit this.
I'm very confused. What is going on?
The DM thought you were calling him to go see one of your first people on your itinerary.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay.
I'm okay. I feel like I'm not paying enough attention or something.
That's how human language works. But I'll tell you what he meant so that you can decide if your character catches that.
Okay.
You were directly talking about Dylan, and he asked if you wanted a ride. There's an
Oh, to
implication in
Dylan.
there of a ride to Dylan.
Yeah, but I mean, we can't go there because we don't have the paperwork, right?
That is correct.
Ooh. I mean, unless you could take us there, I mean, that would actually be really helpful.
Well, I'm not really supposed to.
I promise not to tell anyone.
We are not police.
Yeah, I mean, we've already established we're not police.
Well,
And we would have to tell you if we were.
you
It would
do.
make a great plot point in the story.
That's true, and
The mysterious passengers.
could pay for Adria to attend a better school.
There's more than one school on this planet?
Oh yeah, there's just the public school where Adria's enrolled, but it's real expensive to try and get into the other school. I don't actually have a name for it. He says it though. Into this school.
Is that's the one? I bet you that's the one all the executives kids get to go to.
Well, a lot of the culture team graduated from it.
Oh.
And the culture team, it's heartbreaking. They have to cut off all their ties, but they sure live like kings and queens.
Do they?
It's all that a father could want for a daughter. You know, I'm not trying to guilt you into anything. Let's get on the way here.
Sure.
Adria's doing fine.
Look, I mean, most of us went to public school and we didn't turn out that bad.
Oh boy. He starts
Look,
driving.
just pay no attention to the crime sheets on the other side of the curtain.
Or the princess heritage that probably never set foot in a public school.
Look, I said most of us.
I don't think a single one of you went to a public school.
Well,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. All right. I guess the question there is, yeah, that's probably true. Like true for the obvious things for Jyrao and Zoe. Did Walter go to school?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
I don't know. He seems somewhat educated.
He got an education somewhere. Doesn't necessarily mean it was a public school.
Yeah. He's the one who went to the most prestigious private academy.
Yeah, my school was life itself.
Yep. It's hard to get into that.
Pretty easy to leave, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you asking him to take you into the residential area without proper permits and authorization?
I mean, how much would that get him in trouble? I don't want to get this guy arrested so this kid has to live without a father for whatever. But if it's going to get him like a slap on the wrist, then I don't care as much.
And also, in first place, how much would it get us in trouble?
I care less about that too.
Yeah, you guys are you basically would just be expelled. At
Especially
worst,
from planet or the area?
from the area. At worst, you might be bumped down from your exclusive or your peerless cultural experience.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No more steaks? No more cakes?
Yeah, no more free stuff. That's the worst
Free?
case scenario.
Free?
Guys, the risk isn't worth it.
Free? I don't know if you guys are catching how my indignation at the use of the word free.
Well,
I have no clue.
yeah, you paid for your stay and everything else is free.
Ooh.
It's free for us.
Well, you guys don't have any money, so of course it's free for you.
As for him, he would probably either be suspended from his aptitude card would either be suspended from professional driving or restricted, kind of how 255s is.
And then he would
Oh
become
no, that's a fate worse than this.
yeah,
that's not-
he would become not a real cab driver.
He wouldn't be able to operate a cab legally.
Well, yeah, all right. Let's not have this guy do that for us then.
Yeah, obviously the risk isn't worth it.
Yeah.
You just want the free
Imagine
steak.
what he would spiral out and he would just still operate a cab and drive. No.
Put people at danger of his no longer adequate driving skills.
Right?
I
He would
believe he's a real cab driver.
fall in with the wrong crowd, kidnap young princesses. I mean, it's all
Just
downhill
to
from
drive them from A to B.
All right, I think we're done, Lulu.
there. All right.
Okay.
He's literally gonna kill us one day.
Oh,
We're all
only
gonna-
you
we're,
guys.
We're gonna wake up with each other's faces.
At least that way you can see the look of surprise on your face.
Is that what the back of my head looks like? Ugh.
All right. The your first appointment is Francis Caramon, a social behavioral xenologist.
Ooh.
He was the scholarly type that was on your itinerary for today. And I should note that it wasn't just a list of like a dozen people that are all willing to meet with you. It was a list of a dozen people that are either here right now and willing to meet with you, or are expected to arrive and might meet with you at a future time. These
Gotcha.
go beyond the 3 days that you paid for.
Gotcha. Is Walter Cronkite on the list?
Walter Cronkite is not on the list.
Famed researcher and xenobiologist? Walter Cronkite is not on this guy's list?
I'm afraid he's not.
Well, he is totally imaginary, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Well, you just didn't present an aptitude card with those qualifications.
By the way, guys, maybe we should have looked up whether these specialists had a meeting with Terraza in their past.
Do you think they would broadcast that?
I think that in case they've heard of us, they might get a little bit worried and call some agencies or whatsoever.
Look, the agencies are being called. Like, we just need to move on. We got like a week, and then we got to split before, the agencies descend on us. Otherwise, we'd just already be arrested, right? They know who we are.
All I'm saying is maybe we meet a person of whom we killed his child or his son or whatsoever.
I'm not saying we advertise the fact that, we're bad people.
We could
We
do
don't
that.
have to
bad people.
advertise it. Our crime record is the advertisement itself.
Well, look, we could do. We could meet one of those people at any time, and
Yeah, and here
Well.
we have the name, so why don't we make a background check whether we had met them in the past?
Okay.
okay, here, go do
it.
that.
Yeah. Figure it out, Walter.
You know what? I'll do that.
There you go.
Well, that sounds like a good place for us to leave off for the session.
By the way, I would ask the android to do that.
Mhm.
And
Oh, all right.
that's a good place to close out the session.